Let me break it down for you. We talk about boats and boating, boat ramps, marinas, lakes and water levels, boat sales, sailboats, sailing, anchoring, sinking, grounding, buying, selling, and enjoying the fun out on the water. You picking up what I'm putting down? If it floats, we talk about it every Saturday at 6 p.m. 6 a.m. The Answer.
And Josh Young, the real estate world, sells houses when others cannot. I am living proof. Lisa and I are so thrilled with Josh. He came in and sold our house with blinding speed. You want a promise. You want somebody who's going to sit down with you and say, I promise to sell your house. Most folks won't do this. Josh will. His website is getsold.net, and he is telling you your house will get sold. How does he do this? Well, you call him at the number I'm about to give you. He sits down with you and says, let's arrive at an agreed upon price and an agreed upon time frame. If that house of yours does not sell at that price in that time frame, he, Josh DeShong, simply buys your house. That's it. You're out. You're at closing. You move on. So call him and call him today. Don't waste a day. 972-325-6644. 972-325-6644. D Magazine Best Realtor 3 years in a row. I'll love him forever. Josh DeShong, getsold.net. 972-325-6644.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Today, let's talk about the $29 service call gimmick. Here in North Texas, an experienced service tech costs at least $35 an hour to employ. So how does a $29 service call work? Well, it doesn't unless they find a bunch of stuff wrong with your system. And trust me, they will. It's just bait to get you to call. We can't come out for $29, and really, neither can they. In this business, you get what you pay for. Reliant Air Conditioning service call is $79, and our guys are all drug tested, background checked, and they don't work on commission. So if you need service or replacement of your AC system, call the largest Carrier factory authorized dealer in Texas, Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number is 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437, or visit us online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Never give up and never accept failure. I'm Billy Joe Dupree, and that belief helped me become a Dallas Cowboy and play in 3 Super Bowls from 1973 to 1983. Never giving up sometimes means knowing when to get help. If you suffer from ED, whether occasionally or permanently, and have tried Viagra or Cialis without success, don't give up. Life Restore MD has sexual health specialists that can restore your function and sexual relationship, often with just one office visit. All medications are safe, even for those with diabetes. Life Restore MD offers personalized concierge medicine and is covered by most insurance companies. ED is more common than heart condition and hypertension and easily treated. Be your best. Call Life Restore MD because the game isn't over until it's over.
Call Life Restore MD at 800-565-9339. That's 800-565-9339 or liferestoremd.com.
I used to love wearing dresses and shorts. Then I started getting spider veins, and even worse, those embarrassing, bulging, varicose veins. For a while, I covered up my legs. But then I discovered Vein Clinics of America.
Vein Clinics of America is the oldest, largest, most experienced vein treatment center in the U.S. And for 35 years, they've been the leading expert in the treatment of vein disease. Using state-of-the-art laser and minimally invasive treatments, they can begin restoring the natural beauty of your legs in as little as an hour with no downtime, and most treatments are covered by your insurance.
My legs look great and feel great. I even love wearing summer dresses and shorts again.
Make sure your legs look and feel their best for summer. Call now and schedule a free fast-track consultation to find out how you can finally get rid of those embarrassing varicose and spider veins. Space is limited, so call 800-375-4806. That's 800-375-4806. 800-375-4806.
If you're not getting cash back for shopping, you're missing out. Download Ibotta now. IBOTTA. It's the hottest app to earn cash on everyday purchases on groceries, apparel, electronics, restaurants, and more. Just unlock, shop, and get cash. Download Ibotta today, free from the App Store, and for a limited time, get $10 just for trying it. IBOTTA. For cash back every time you shop, you've gotta Ibotta.
660 AM, The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. Let me get a hold of Ty in Dallas. Ty, thanks very much for joining us. What do you think of Donald Trump's speech tonight?
Yeah, I think I've been watching Donald Trump from the very beginning. I think if there's any Hillary supporters that have been behind her the whole time that would have heard this speech, I think it would turn him around. If it didn't, all I can say is that they're just ignorant and, they really don't understand anything.
It's not so much that. It's not so much that, but you know how hard it is to talk about somebody that is afraid to think that they might be wrong.
Yeah, that's true too. People don't want to admit when they are wrong usually. But I mean, the fact he put out there tonight, I know he said stuff in the past that I think a lot of people took the wrong way. That's just how he expresses himself. I know other people that they say things, but they don't mean it in a mean way or a bad way. They just, how they express themselves are different than other people.
Well, what we're seeing with Donald Trump is we're seeing the gotcha game that was identified in 2008 and 2012, practiced by the mainstream media against Republican candidates, flowered to its full extent with Donald Trump, and what he's doing is he's dispensing with it. You know what the press has this game and the club is hanging over the head of any political candidate, that if you don't play the game, they're going to make you look stupid. And the thing about it is Donald Trump he doesn't care about any of that. What he's doing is he's going around the news media and going directly to you and me and the people of the United States.
And that's what I like about him, because it's like him always saying that politically correct, right?
Yeah, political correctness is an assault on the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. It's no more elegant than that. And
that's what I like about the whole part of how he's doing things, that he's telling it more like it is and not like how people want to just hear it all the time.
Right. I agree 100%. Ty, thanks very much. I appreciate that. I do. The Associated Press is reporting that more than half the people outside the government who met with Hillary Clinton while she was Secretary of State gave money either personally or through companies or groups to the Clinton Foundation. That's an extraordinary proportion, indicating her possible ethics challenges if elected president. Now, remember something. This is Associated Press copy being written by Stephen Braun and Eileen Sullivan. This is not me editorializing this. This is the news. At least 85 of 154 people from private interests who met or had phone conversations scheduled with Clinton while she led the State Department donated to her family charity or pledged commitments to its international programs, according to a review of the State Department calendars released so far to the Associated Press. Combined, get a load of this. Combined, 85 donors contributed as much as $156 million. At least 40 donated more than $100,000 each. 20 more gave more than $1 million each. Donors who were granted time with Clinton included an internationally known economist who asked for her help as the Bangladesh government pressured him to resign from a nonprofit bank he ran, a Wall Street executive who sought Clinton's help with a visa problem, and Estee Lauder executives who were listed as meeting with Clinton while her department worked on the firm's corporate charity to counter gender-based violence in South Africa. The meetings between the Democrat presidential nominee and the foundation donors do not appear to violate legal agreements that Clinton and former President Bill Clinton signed before she joined the State Department in 2009. But the frequency of the overlap shows the intermingling of access and donations and fuels perception foundation money was a FaceTime with Hillary Clinton. Her calendars and her emails released as recently as this week describe scores of contacts she made, both she made and her top aides made with foundation donors. The AP's findings represent the first systematic effort to calculate the scope of the intersecting interests of the Clinton Foundation donors and people who met personally with Clinton or spoke with her by phone about their needs while she was Secretary of State. The 154 did not include U.S. federal employees or foreign government representatives. Clinton met with representatives of at least 16 foreign governments that donated as much as $170 million to the Clinton charities, but they were not included in the AP's calculations because such meetings would presumably have been part of her diplomatic duties. Last week, the Clinton Foundation moved to head off ethics concerns about future donations by announcing changes planned if Clinton is elected. Those changes should have been made when Clinton was named Secretary of State. But that's not what happened. On Monday, yesterday, Bill Clinton said in a statement if his wife were to win, he would step down from the foundation board and stop fundraising for it. The foundation would also accept donations only from U.S. citizens and what it described as independent philanthropies, while no longer taking gifts from foreign groups, U.S. companies, or corporate charities. Clinton said the foundation would no longer hold annual meetings of its annual international aid program, the Clinton Global Initiative, and would spin off its foreign-based programs to other charities. In other words, it would close up shop, both the Clinton Foundation and the Clinton Global Initiative. They should have done that before. Douglas White, an expert on nonprofits who previously directed Columbia University's graduate fundraising management program, said this: there's a lot of potential conflicts and a lot of potential problems. The point is, she can't just walk away from some 6,000 donors. Former senior White House ethics officials said a Clinton administration would have to take careful steps to ensure that past foundation donors would not have the same access as she allowed at the while as Secretary of State. If Secretary Clinton puts the right people in and she's tough about it and has the right procedures in place and sends a message consistent with a strong commitment to ethics, it can be done, said Norman Eisen, who was President Barack Obama's top ethics counsel and later worked for Clinton as ambassador to the Czech Republic. Do you see Hillary Clinton making a strong commitment to ethics at any moment for any reason? Eisen is now a governance studies fellow at the Brookings Institution, said that at a minimum, Clinton should retain the Obama administration's current ethics commitments and oversight, which includes lobbying restrictions and other rules. Richard Painter, a former ethics advisor to President George W. Bush and currently a University of Minnesota Law School professor, said Bill, Hillary, and Chelsea Clinton should remove themselves completely from foundation leadership roles, but he added that potential conflicts would shadow any policy decision affecting past donors. Absolutely true. Conflict of interest all through all of this. So some 50% of donors to either the Clinton Global Initiative or the Clinton Family Foundation got FaceTime with Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump immediately jumped all over this, as you heard moments ago on 660 AM The Answer. Donald Trump called for an expedited investigation by a special prosecutor into pay-to-play accusations involving the Clinton Foundation. Amid new allegations, the group sought special access for donors with Hillary Clinton's State Department. The Clintons made the State Department into the same kind of pay-to-play operations as the Arkansas government was. Pay the Clinton Foundation huge sums of money and throw in some big speaking fees for Bill Clinton, and you got to play with the State Department. That is according to Donald Trump at a campaign rally yesterday in Akron, Ohio. The amounts involved, the favors done, the significant amount of time requires an expedited investigation by a special prosecutor immediately. Do you agree? 866-660-5759. The problem with it is that nobody's going to do it.
Trump also called the investigation by the FBI and Justice Department into Clinton's private email server a whitewash and said the two agencies cannot be trusted to quickly or impartially investigate Hillary Clinton's crimes. Do you agree? 866-660-5759. And then there's this. Early yesterday, conservative watchdog group Judicial Watch released new emails showing communications between Clinton aide Huma Abedin and the Clinton Foundation while Clinton was Secretary of State. The group said they show Abedin provided influential Clinton Foundation donors special expedited access to the Secretary of State. This also included the Crown Prince Salman of Bahrain. That email exchange occurred in January and make that June of 2009. Started with top foundation official Doug Band notifying Abedin the Crown Prince was coming into the U.S. and was looking for a meeting. He noted that the Crown Prince of Bahrain was a good friend of ours. Now, I don't know whether this is the analog they were using, but if you had seen the movie, say for example, Goodfellas, somebody that was working with a particular soldier in an organized crime family would meet somebody and they do a little bit of business, and that person would, say for example, want to get introduced into the family. So that soldier would bring that person to a captain, his boss, and say, hey, boss, here's Joey Bag of Donuts. He's a good friend of mine. As that person, that soldier, vouched for his friend. Now, as that person was able to work his way into the organization by doing more and more things, he would be introduced to other captains and other people by saying, hey, this is Joey Bag of Donuts. He's a good friend of ours. The differentiation is that a good friend of ours is deeper into the organization and is trusted by the organization. So what organization would the Crown Prince of Bahrain be bringing to the State Department and Hillary Clinton, the Clinton Foundation, and the Clinton Global Initiative? What's going on here? 866-660-5759. Carl in Fort Worth, welcome to the Wells Report. Hello.
Yes, I was wondering, John Wiley Price, the commissioner for over 30 years, is he being prosecuted by the federal government for the same thing, pay to play?
We don't know.
Well, I mean, that's what he's accused of.
Well, once again, we still don't have, because the FBI is very notorious for keeping all that quiet until the courtroom opens. We know he's in trouble. We know he's been investigated. We know there's concern. We know that it's serious because John Wiley Price immediately shut up about it. So what we actually know and what is going on with John Wiley Price, the FBI, the Justice Department, etc., we won't get to know more about until that trial gets started. And I think it should be getting started any time now, shouldn't it? Didn't they say it was going to start sometime in September of this year? I don't know. Thanks, Carl. Thanks for the call. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer. You are not going to believe this, but at some point, all of this political stuff will be finished for a while. Hi, I'm Jon-David Wells from the Wells Report. What am I talking about? Did you know that big cellular phone companies spend a lot of time supporting liberal ideology and liberal politicians with hundreds of millions of your former dollars? Yeah, you pay your bill, they elect liberals. Get in touch with PatriotMobile.com. Check it out. You'll get a free Samsung Galaxy S7 with unlimited talk, text, and data plan for just $70. Mention or enter the promo code WELLS. Now, this is the most important part. To be able to get this deal, you've got to mention or enter the promo code WELLS at checkout, WELLS, to waive activation fees for up to 2 lines. You've got to hurry because this offer is only good while supplies last. Don't let liberal progressives and their phone companies defeat our conservative ideas and leaders. Get in touch with Patriot Mobile, 1-800-A-PATRIOT, 1-800-A-PATRIOT, or PatriotMobile.com.
Truth spoken here. More of which is next. The Wells Report on 660 AM. The Answer.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some urgent news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from PBS host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we're about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-422-3838 now to get your personalized copy rushed to you today. Do you want to avoid mistakes baby boomers and seniors can make when they buy annuities? Those mistakes now could be costly later to you and your family. Call 800-422-3838. That's 800-422-3838. Employees of J.D. Melberg Financial have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer.
Hey, does the idea of having your home sold on time without hassle and for top dollar, does it seem unrealistic to you? Hey, Dallas, it's your friend Sean Hannity, one real estate agent to sell your home guaranteed. That's Josh DeShong of Josh DeShong Real Estate at Keller Williams. Josh averages hundreds of local, national, and international buyers every single week. Now, that means your home sells on time at a price that you agreed to, guaranteed, or Josh will buy it. Josh's clients voted, and both D Magazine and Texas Monthly ranked him as the best real estate agent in Dallas. Real estate mogul and Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran only recommends Josh in DFW. And if I lived in Dallas and needed my home sold, guess what? I'd call Josh DeShong, and you should too. Call Josh now at 972-325-6644 or go online at getsold.net. That's 972-325-6644 or getsold.net and start packing.
In this box, we have a lidocaine pain patch. And in this box, we have what looks to be another pain patch, Blue Emu's Lidocare. Lidocare offers 4% lidocaine. It's odor-free, ultra-flexible, and it's the only non-water-based lidocaine patch. Yes, I said only. So if you'd prefer this to this, find us at Walgreens, CVS, or Amazon.
Hey there, this is Eric Metaxas. Lately, I've been telling you about Liberty University's online degree programs. Liberty University is the world's largest Christian university with over 95,000 students studying around the world through Liberty's online programs. While there are a lot of universities who've jumped into online education, few can deliver on the promise of a quality education with such flexibility, and even fewer can actually point to a graduate of their online program like my friend Morgan from Nashville.
I did it. I actually got my degree from Liberty University. 2 degrees, actually. Not only has this process taught me self-discipline, I've also learned that it is never too late to fulfill your dreams. And I did it all online. I did it, and you can too.
Call Liberty University now at 800-424-9595. That's 800-424-9595, 800-424-9595, or visit liberty.edu/online. Flexible, affordable, possible. Liberty University online.
It's National Make-A-Will Month at LegalZoom.com, so it's time to take care of your will or trust. LegalZoom makes it easy. They're not a law firm, so there's no office visits or paying expensive hourly rates. Instead, you could save over $100 with LegalZoom's will or trust estate plan bundles. And if you don't know whether a will or trust is right for you, don't worry. You'll work with an independent attorney available in 48 states to get advice on what you need. Do the right thing this month at LegalZoom.com. LegalZoom.com.
If you've got questions, we've got answers. 660 AM. The Answer. The Wells Report. Must hear radio on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Telephone number 866-660-5759. The House Oversight Committee is increasing pressure on the FBI to hand over additional details related to Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server while she was Secretary of State. In a letter yesterday, Committee Chairman Jason Chaffetz asked FBI Director James Comey for additional information about the presence of classified information on the system of personal machines used by Hillary Clinton. He also pushed for the FBI to create an unclassified version of the files it sent to Capitol Hill last week, detailing its year-long investigation, which could then be made public. What we're asking is the FBI in a letter today is to create an unclassified version, release it to the public, Let's go ahead and get that out there sooner rather than later. It's so sensitive and so classified that even I, as chairman of the Oversight Committee, don't have a high enough level of clearance to see what's in the materials. Now, he goes on to say that he believes the documents are overly classified, which is handy if you're the Oversight Committee chairman and you're trying to get them out into the press. But what that also does is it drives home the narrative that this material was not just run-of-the-mill government gunk that was clogging up somebody's server. This was serious information, so serious, in fact, that a congressman, chairman of the House Oversight Committee, can't read them. And so that's what we're dealing with here. By the way, where is Hillary Clinton? She has left the campaign trail in recent days to fundraise in America's wealthiest enclaves, potentially giving rival Donald Trump the opening he needs to work his way back into the back into the fight. While Trump was balancing fundraising today with a public rally and town hall in Texas, Clinton once again was courting donors. Her fundraiser at the Hollywood Hills home of movie stars Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel follows a weekend fundraising spree in Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard. From what we understand, the money is drying up slightly for Hillary, which could be that people are beginning to vote no based on what's been going on with Hillary Clinton's circumstances regarding emails and now this itinerary, as we are able to put records of appearance together with records of people looking for favors. Not saying that any were granted, by the way, just saying people looking for time with the Secretary of State who paid a lot of money to be able to do so. $156 million, in fact. That's unbelievable. That is just, it's just unbelievable. By the way, a senior executive at the Clinton Foundation left almost 150 phone messages for Hillary Clinton's top aide at the State Department within a 2-year time frame. A review of State Department call logs for Cheryl Mills, the longtime Clinton confidant, who served as chief of staff for the entirety of the Clinton 4-year tenure as America's top diplomat, reflects at least 148 messages from Laura Graham, then the Clinton Foundation's chief operating officer, between 2010 and 2012. No other individual or nonprofit appears in the logs with anything like that frequency or volume. One of the messages Graham left for Mills in August of 2011 referenced "our boss" without further identifying that individual. Another from January 2012 appeared to reference former President Clinton using his initials. Police called WJC is looking for her, and she wants to talk to you before she talks to him. Okay. And then finally, regarding health concerns, those allegations are just a wacky strategy. When was the last time you used the word wacky in a statement, of any kind? The last time we talked about John McCain. Very good. Executive producer Hillary. Executive producer Vicar. What is your name again?
Hey, it's Mark Davis. We all know that summer is busy, lot going on, and sometimes things slip through the cracks, like the cracks in your walls or sheetrock or the doors that are sticking, the signs of foundation problems that are right in front of your face, but you're just too busy to get to them. Well, that could be a costly delay. I want you to go right now to abacusfoundationrepair.com. Call them if you have the slightest question about foundation trouble, because you do not want this to go any further. 9,000. Call the right company, 906-9000, abacusfoundationrepair.com. And just to sweeten the deal for you, give you a little motivation to call them today, $1,000 off. $1,000 off any job with 10 pilings or more. And they're not just any old pilings. They are Millennium composite pilings, the toughest, the best. They're the only North Texas Foundation people that have them. So 972-406-9000. Get that foundation fixed right now. 972-406-9000 or abacusfoundationrepair.com.
Hey there, this is Eric Metaxas. Lately, I've been telling you about Liberty University's online degree programs. Liberty University is the world's largest Christian university with over 95,000 students studying around the world through Liberty's online programs. While there are a lot of universities who've jumped into online education, few can deliver on the promise of a quality education with such flexibility, and even fewer can actually point to a graduate of their online program like my friend Morgan from Nashville.
I did it. I actually got my degree from Liberty University. 2 degrees, actually. Not only has this process taught me self-discipline, I've also learned that it is never too late to fulfill your dreams. And I did it all online. I did it, and you can too.
Call Liberty University now at 800-424-9595. That's 800-424-9595, 800-424-9595, or visit liberty.edu/online. Flexible, affordable, possible. Liberty University online.
Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services. Have you received a letter or personal visit from the IRS? Has the IRS garnished your paycheck or seized your bank account? If so, you need to take action now. You're a target of the most powerful collection agency in the world, and you need representation you can trust. Don't get scammed by imitators and telemarketers' high-pressure tactics. At Wall & Associates, they develop trust with their clients through a free face-to-face consultation. They've saved their clients over $129 million in the past 5 years. Call 1-800-983-5313 now for your free face-to-face consultation. Ignoring your tax problem will only make it worse. Call 1-800-983-5313 to get immediate help. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has helped thousands of taxpayers, and they can help you. Call now, 1-800-983-5313, 800-983-5313, wallandassociates.net.
What's the scariest thing about going to the dentist? Opening your mouth or opening your wallet? Because just a simple cleaning can cost $100, and things like root canals can cost you hundreds more. If you don't have dental insurance to help, you should give Physicians Mutual Insurance Company a call. 1-800-400-0067. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps pay for checkups right away, so you can call today and get your teeth cleaned tomorrow. Plus, it helps cover the more expensive procedures you might need down the road. Fillings, crowns, bridges, even costly dentures. There's no deductible and no annual maximum. Your acceptance is guaranteed for one of these insurance policies, even if you're retired or on Medicare. There are no networks, so you can choose any dentist you'd like. That's right, any dentist you want. Call in the next 10 minutes and we'll rush you a free information kit with all the details. 1-800-400-0067. That's 1-800-400-0067. 1-800-400-0067.
In this box, we have a lidocaine pain patch. And in this box, we have what looks to be another pain patch, Blue Emu's Lidocare. Lidocare offers 4% lidocaine. It's odor-free, ultra-flexible, and it's the only non-water-based lidocaine patch. Yes, I said only. So if you'd prefer this to this, find us at Walgreens, CVS, or Amazon.
Eric Nadell here for Savin European Sleep Systems. Why should your next mattress be a Savin organic mattress? It's more durable, no sags, no body impressions. It's more comfortable, a personalized fit for greater individualized comfort, and it's free of harmful chemicals. Designed for deeper, more restful sleep. I should know. I've slept on a Savin mattress for almost a decade. Why buy a Savin? Why would you ever consider anything else? It's simply a better mattress. Savin European Sleep Systems in Dallas and Southlake. Go to savin.com.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. The Wells Report is on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Reports. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number 866-660-5759. We are still watching with interest the American media falling all over itself trying to get Hillary elected. Amid rampant online speculation, that Hillary Clinton's health is not good, one New York Times columnist had a solution. Simply get Google to fix the search results. The theories about Clinton's health, often under the hashtag Hillary's Health, have been gaining traction on social media in particular. Democrats have dismissed the claims as a mix of conspiracy theories and misinformation. But now the New York Times tech columnist Farhad Manjoo has called on Google to step in. Listen to this. Google should fix this. It shouldn't give quarter to conspiracy theorists. A year ago, Clinton's doctor said she was in excellent physical condition. But that has not stopped speculation, with some Republicans, including Donald Trump, weighing in. Trump said in his speech last week that Hillary lacks the mental and physical stamina to take on ISIS, and that all the many adversaries that we face. Former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani said this: go online and put down Hillary Clinton illness and take a look at the videos yourself. Clinton's health first became a matter of public scrutiny when she suffered a concussion as Secretary of State. Recently, coughing bouts on the campaign trail and pictures of Clinton being helped upstairs by multiple aides have stoked further speculation. She almost fainted on a piece of video that I saw. And like I keep saying, I'm not rooting for ill health for Hillary Clinton. I just wish that she would take, maybe this is what she's doing right now. Maybe what she's doing as she takes some time off of the campaign trail is she's seeing some neurologists, some people that really know what they're doing. And hopefully what they'll be able to do is they'll be able to restore her to full health. Not just for the sake of the presidency or the election or any of that, but for the sake of Hillary Clinton. This is something that's kind of important. Other biases. ABC newsman George Stephanopoulos gave Hillary Clinton's campaign manager a grueling grilling. That's very cute. grueling grilling, get it? Over the scandal-scarred Clinton Foundation's fantastic future on Super Sunday. Can we like tone down the alliteration? Would that be doable? Anyway, Stephanopoulos, a former aide to President Bill Clinton, must have forgotten to disclose his own 5-figure donations to the organization. Clinton said that if she's elected president, the controversial family foundation will cease taking foreign donations. But other media outlets, including the Boston Globe and liberal Huffington Post, have called for it to be shut down altogether. Speaking to campaign manager Robbie Mook, Stephanopoulos wondered if post-election pledge was not tantamount to admitting Clinton was wrong to take the previous donations. It was wrong to take the previous donations. They should have shut this thing down when she was Secretary of State. You announced this week the foundation would no longer take contributions from foreign governments or corporations. If Secretary Clinton wins the White House, Stephanopoulos stated, before asking, doesn't it suggest that taking those contributions when Secretary Clinton was serving as Secretary of State was wrong? The answer, of course, is yes. Stephanopoulos at least knows what he's talking about here. He was the communications director for the 1992 presidential campaign of Bill Clinton, then served as White House communications director, then as senior advisor for policy and strategy before leaving following Clinton's first term. Last Sunday, Stephanopoulos did not mention that records show he personally donated $75,000 to the foundation, noted Newsbusters. But he wasn't finished putting the heat on Mook, who defended his boss by citing some of the positive work the foundation purports to have done. The Clinton Foundation is clearly a liability for Hillary Clinton as she seeks the presidency, Stephanopoulos said, quoting a recent Globe editorial. The foundation should remove a political and actual distraction by stopping to accept further funding. If Clinton is elected, the foundation should be shut down. Critics say the foundation's receipt of contributions from foreign people and entities seeking business deals with the U.S., while Clinton served as Secretary of State, creates the appearance of pay for play. Stephanopoulos donated $25,000 annually in 2012, 2013, and 2014. This according to the foundation records. He did not disclose the contribution to viewers, even when interviewing Clinton Cash author Peter Schweizer, whose book blew the lid off of alleged improprieties at the foundation. He finally did get around to acknowledging his donations in May of 2015. I made charitable donations to the foundation in support of the work they're doing on global AIDS prevention and deforestation, causes I care about deeply. I thought my contributions were a matter of public record. However, in hindsight, I should have taken the extra step of personally disclosing my donations to my employer and to the viewers on air during recent stories about the foundation. I apologize. By the way, I'd like it to be known that I have actually donated $35 to Donald Trump, because that's really all I had. best I had. As best I could do. $35. So there you go. The bias just keeps on coming. This is all extremely, extremely important because these forces arrayed against Donald Trump are beginning to look a lot like a circular firing squad to me. I guess it was this morning I was listening to my podcasts of like Face the Nation. I listen to podcasts Face the Nation, Meet the Press, Fox News Sunday, and this week with George Stephanopoulos. And I was listening to Face the Nation. And in the entire broadcast, no one, including the supposed Republican shill, had anything nice to say about Donald Trump. In the entire broadcast, really? So what does that tell you? Well, it tells you that Face the Nation is still a CBS property that will not have anything to do or countenance any kind of success by any Republican. That's what that tells you. 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. That's our telephone number if you have a comment. Critics have accused academia of indoctrinating students with a liberal agenda for years. But the possibility of a Donald Trump presidency has brought one Pennsylvania political science professor out into the open. Gettysburg College professor Kathleen Ianello, so here we go. It's Ianello. Announced in an op-ed penned for Philly.com that she will not even try to treat the Democrat nominee Hillary Clinton and GOP choice Donald Trump equally because in her mind, Trump is a lightning rod for promoting further hate. My approach for the fall semester will be boldly honest. It is a disservice to students to attempt to provide balance when I know that balance is an offense to the truth. School officials, on the other hand, are confident the class will be fair. I am confident that the class will not be fair. In the column titled Balanced Presentation, a Dishonest Exercise in Presidential Race, Ianello admits that as a liberal, she has no problem extolling the virtues of Democrats. I would really like to know what those virtues are. To prove her fairness, Ianello notes that she has assigned readings of moderate Republicans and even offered praise for Ronald Reagan, but Trump is another story, she claimed. His harsh and distasteful commentary regarding religious and ethnic groups, as well as women, only serves as a lightning rod for promoting further hate. Baloney. He displays neither a record of public service nor an understanding of the word statesmanship. In the history of our country, it's hard to recall anyone less prepared to take office. What do you say about the 13, nearly 14 million people who voted for him, Professor? What about them? Oh, yeah. There are people behind Donald Trump. You know, these are leftist progressives. These are people who are sure that they are the smartest people in any room that they walk into, and that they are the smartest people in the room. Everyone else should shut up and allow whatever enlightenment may fall from their lips towards us dumb members of the proletariat. It would be one thing if they were correct. But these people would sit there and say that you are a bigoted peasant, and yet they immediately fall into bigoted peasantry themselves. If that is not the case, then they're just plain wrong, and whatever it is they touch turns into mud, which has happened on more than one occasion. 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. How do we stop this bias? Well, there is one way to do it. You elect Republicans, and you keep electing Republicans until the mainstream media reveals to itself that if they keep trying to crap on Republicans, we'll keep electing them. Now, that's not a great solution, because I have this riddle that's been kicking around in my head. I'll even ask you, what's the difference between a real Democrat and a real Republican? 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. What's the difference between a real Democrat and a real Republican? 866-660-5759. Do you have any idea? Give the phone number one more time in case you want to answer. 866-660-5759. What's the difference between a mainstream Republican and a mainstream Democrat? 866-660-5759. Somebody just called. We'll see if they want to answer. There's another one. That's two. Two people have called. Two people have called the Wells Report on 660 AM. That's awesome. 866-660-5759. What's the difference between a mainstream Republican and a mainstream Democrat? On The Answer. Let me get to Kurt in Bedford. Kurt, thanks for joining us. Hello.
How are you, Jon-David?
Having the time of my life.
Good. You're in the prime of your life. That's a great question. I like it when people ask simple questions. As far as the Democratic and the Republican Party, they both like big government. They both like massive spending.
Well,
obviously.
what's the difference, though?
I know. There's only one difference left. The Republican Party, and they still have it in their platform, they're pro-life. That's the only difference I can think of.
All right, man. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. Let me get to Solly. Solly, thanks for joining us. Hi.
Thank you. I'm glad to be talking to you. Just wanted to say, I've been in this country 25 years. I was Democrat for 15 years. All I cared about is just myself, pretty much. 15 years later, when I, matured a little bit and became an American citizen, I became a Republican. I don't see myself ever be a Democrat. That we actually, as Republicans, I think we care about this country genuinely. And I don't care what anybody says about Donald Trump. He is genuine, and he is not a liar. So yeah. I'm all for Donald Trump, 100%.
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel, Solly, and thanks very much for joining us. We're glad you're home. Thanks for coming home. You're listening to the Wells Report on 660 AM The Answer. What's the difference between a Republican, a mainstream Republican, and a mainstream Democrat? The answer that I had in mind was not nearly enough. There is not nearly enough difference between those two parties. As a matter of fact, I would say that there's hardly any. Those things that the Republican Party stands against, they never do anything about. Those things that Democrats stand for, the Republicans do nothing about. It seems to me that when it comes right down to it, in American politics, there is the Democrat Party and the straw man party, represented by mainstream Republicans. This is the Wells Report. Your conservative dollars are worth a lot, except to big cellular companies. You see, your conservative dollars only mean one thing to them. They can turn those conservative dollars into liberal ones. Hi, I'm Jon-David Wells from the Wells Report. Big cellular phone companies do one thing very, very well: support liberal politicians, liberal causes, liberal policies. And your money goes to finance all of that liberality. Is that what you want? I don't think so. What we need to do is we need to switch our telephone services to Patriot Mobile. Why? Because 5% of every dollar you spend on your Patriot Mobile telephone goes to the conservative ones that you believe in. Harlan called me the other day and said that he could not switch to Patriot Mobile fast enough. He chose to give his 5% to the Tea Party. When you switch today, you can choose who gets the 5% of the money that you spend on your brand new Patriot Mobile telephone. Right now, get a free Samsung Galaxy S7 with unlimited talk, text, and data for only $70. Mention or enter the promo code. Now, this is important. Are you paying attention? Mention or enter the promo code WELLS, WELLS, at checkout, and you will waive your activation fees for up to 2 lines of your new Patriot Mobile phone plan. Call Patriot Mobile today at 1-800-8-PATRIOT or check out patriotmobile.com. Whatever you do, mention or enter the promo code WELLS at checkout and get your activation fees waived on the spot for up to 2 lines. Visit patriotmobile.com for more details. 1-800-A-PATRIOT.
More of the Wells Report is coming up next on 660 AM. The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. Let me paint a little picture for you. It's the end of the day, kids in bed, all is done, dark and quiet. Your day is done. Grab a snack, a beverage, hop in the sack. Let's read a book. You settle in, grab the book, the iPad. You reach for your reading glasses. Uh-oh, they're not there. Gone. Not in the purse, not on the table, not on the desk, living room. Nope. You've lost your reading glasses again. No reading tonight. Ever happen to you? Let's talk about reading vision. If you're over 40, probably noticed the near vision has changed. Now you're wearing readers. It's a pain. The good news, Climate Evangelist Eye Center can help. The corneal inlay procedure, proven to restore reading vision while maintaining distance vision in thousands of patients worldwide. So stop wrestling with the readers. Call Climate Evangelist at 1-800-714-2020, 1-800-714-2020. Find out more about the corneal inlay. 1-800-714-2020 or learn more at myinlay, myinlay, myinlay.com.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. People always ask me why we don't advertise on price. The answer? We advertise on quality. Imagine if Honda Accords were assembled by local car dealers instead of the factory. Well, then you'd pay a lot more attention to the quality of the dealer. Folks, replacing an air conditioner is the same thing. We're assembling that product in your attic. And the most important day of your system's life is the day it's installed. Our installation teams undergo hundreds of hours of hands-on factory and field training, and all of our installs are supervised by senior quality installation experts. That's how we've become the largest Carrier factory-authorized dealer in Texas. So call 2 other companies, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we 877 your hero. That's 877-968-7437 or on
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877 your hero.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. We all know that summer is busy, lot going on, and sometimes things slip through the cracks, like the cracks in your walls or sheetrock or the doors that are sticky, the signs of foundation problems that are right in front of your face, but you're just too busy to get to them. Well, that could be a costly delay. I want you to go right now to abacusfoundationrepair.com. Call them if you have the slightest question about foundation trouble, because you do not want this to go any further. 972-406-9000. To call the right company the first time, 972-406-9000. abacusfoundationrepair.com. And just to sweeten the deal for you, give you a little motivation to call them today, $1,000 off. $1,000 off any job with 10 pilings or more. And they're not just any old pilings. They are Millennium composite pilings, the toughest, the best. They're the only North Texas foundation people that have them. So 972-406-9000. Get that foundation fixed right now. 972-406-9000 or abacusfoundationrepair.com.
The safety oath. Repeat after me. I will safely bring safety to my facility and keep it safe. I will safely keep my people safe. I will put safety first in everything I do, and I will safely do so with Grainger. When you think safety, think Grainger. Grainger's got over 100,000 safety products to help keep our facilities safe and our people safer. When it comes to safety, Grainger's got your back. Call clickgrainger.com/safety or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You can listen on the go. Find us on iHeartRadio. 660 AM. The Answer. If it's important to you, we're talking about it right now on the Wells Report on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Let me get to Preston in Fort Worth, Texas. What's the difference between the two political parties, Press?
Well, my answer was going to be branding.
Branding?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I just don't think that there's any kind of cohesive structure to move forward with a political agenda the American people don't want in the Republican Party. So what they're willing to do is they're willing to empower one of the Democrat Party, which drives me crazy. It just drives me crazy. Sometimes you just got to say no. Will in Dallas, thanks for joining. Welcome to the Wells Report.
Jon-David Wells.
I don't talk like that. Totally,
complete. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Well, you asked two completely different questions.
You got to hurry.
The first question was, what is the difference between a real Republican and a real Democrat?
Yeah.
They both, a real Republican and a real Democrat, they both love America, but they have different opinions on what's best for the country.
All right, hang on a minute. Don't go anywhere. I'll get the rest of your answer in just a couple of moments. We'll try to get a better connection. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM, The Answer.
Dennis Gibbs, the boat guy here, host of the Big Boat and Outdoor Show, sponsored by DallasBoatsForSale.com. Let me break it down for you. We talk about boats and boating, boat ramps, marinas, lakes and water levels, boat sales, sailboats, sailing, anchoring, sinking, grounding, buying, selling, and enjoying the fun out on the water. You picking up what I'm putting down? If it floats, we talk about it every Saturday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM, The Answer.
Hey, everybody, Mark Davis for my friends at Good Feet, Plano, Fort Worth, and Southlake. Learn more at goodfeetdfw.com. Learn about arch supports that actually work. Good Feet is America's #1 arch support for over 20 years, and they've got arch supports designed to get people out of pain wearing all kinds of shoes, athletic shoes, casual shoes, dress shoes, men, women, flip-flops. Come on, they're discreet supports that won't be noticed in your fanciest open-style shoes. They're designed to make all shoes more comfortable for the ladies and the gentlemen. Get you out of pain today. That's what they do at Good Feet. Visit the website at goodfeetdfw.com. Set up an appointment today. Visit one of the stores, Southlake, Plano, Fort Worth. They'll follow up with you, make sure everything's going exactly right to get you out of pain, walking, working, vacationing the way you want. goodfeetdfw.com, goodfeetdfw.com. They are in Plano, Fort Worth, and Southlake, and always there for you online to answer all your questions at goodfeetdfw.com. Get out of pain today. America's #1 arch support, goodfeetdfw.com.
How much of your life are you losing because of pain? I'm Dr. Chad Glines, DC at Genesis Back and Neck, and I really do want to give you your life back.
Hi, my name is Brenda. I had 5 of the lower discs of my back that had herniated, and they had pressed against the nerves, and I could not move. Hadn't felt my right leg in 8 months. The pain was so bad. Neurologists and surgeons had told me I'd never walk. And then I went back into the office with Dr. Chad, and I told him, I've had so many people tell me there's nothing I can do. And he says, I'm pretty sure I can get you out of that wheelchair. And little by little, he got me up walking, and it has gotten so much better. I cannot tell you how much I admire everybody in that office.
That just blesses me to hear that. At Genesis, we accept most major insurances, and your first visit will be at no charge. Call me. 817-328-1922. That's 817-328-1922, or online at genesisback.com.
660 AM The Answer. KSKY Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. The official radio station of Decision 2016. The most important election of our lifetime.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jane Metzler. A strong 6.2 magnitude earthquake rocking central Italy, centered about 47 miles southeast of Perugia. It could be felt as far away as Rome, more than 100 miles away. North Korea launching another missile, this one from a submarine. It landed in the Sea of Japan, some 300 miles away.
This days after tens of thousands of U.S. and South Korean troops kicked off drills in the south. And after one of North Korea's most senior diplomats defected to the south, Seoul said the North might do something in retaliation.
Fox's Alistair Wanklin in Tokyo. Police on horseback keeping protesters back outside a Donald Trump rally tonight in Austin, Texas. The local Republican Party county chairman among the protesters. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Stimulating talk, 660 AM, The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis from my friend Josh DeShong. The real estate world of Josh DeShong sells houses when others cannot. I am living proof. Lisa and I are so thrilled with Josh. He came in and sold our house with blinding speed. You want a promise. You want somebody who's going to sit down with you and say, I promise to sell your house. Most folks won't do this. Josh will. His website is getsold.net, and he is telling you your house will get sold. How does he do this? Well, you call him at the number I'm about to give you. He sits down with you and says, let's arrive at an agreed upon price and an agreed upon time frame. If that house of yours does not sell at that price in that time frame, he, Josh DeShong, simply buys your house. That's it. You're out. You're at closing. You move on. So call him and call him today. Don't waste a day. 972-325-6644. 972-325-6644. D Magazine Best Realtor 3 years in a row. I'll love him forever. Josh DeShong, getsold.net. 972-325-6644.
Here's an idea. Instead of waiting for your boss to give you a raise, give yourself one by refinancing your mortgage with Quicken Loans. You could add hundreds of dollars each month to your bottom line, like a boss. Call 800-QUICKEN today or visit us online at quickenloans.com. A Quicken Loans refinance gives you the financial power to enhance your life and pursue your passion. Our passion is client service. Here's the proof. For 6 years in a row, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And for the second year in a row, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN and buy in. Again, that number is 800-QUICKEN. Quicken Loans. Home buy, refi, power. Visit jdpower.com for award information. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
For me, it was the big S-Class from the 90s. Beautiful. My friend's dad had one.
The SL. All of the SLs. I've been watching those since I was a kid.
I think the 1971 SE was the first Mercedes that just blew me away.
Everyone remembers the first time they saw one, and the day they began to long for a Mercedes-Benz of their own. Well, that day may be a lot closer than you think. With a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz, you can experience the luxury and safety Mercedes-Benz is famous for at a price you can afford. Beautiful SUVs, sedans, coupes, and convertibles that are factory certified and covered by an unlimited mileage warranty for up to 3 years, so you can drive without a worry for as far as you like. And during the certified pre-owned sales event now through August 31st, you can receive 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and 0.99% APR financing on select models available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services. You've waited long enough.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties. APR offer available only to qualified customers. Call 1-800-FOR-MERCEDES for details about costs and terms.
Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services. Have you received a letter or personal visit from the IRS? Has the IRS garnished your paycheck or seized your bank account? If so, you need to take action now. You're a target of the most powerful collection agency in the world, and you need representation you can trust. Don't get scammed by imitators and telemarketers' high-pressure tactics. At Wall & Associates, they develop trust with their clients through a free face-to-face consultation. They've saved their clients over $129 million in the past 5 years. Call 1-800-983-5313 now for your free face-to-face consultation. Ignoring your tax problem will only make it worse. Call 1-800-983-5313 to get immediate help. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has helped thousands of taxpayers, and they can help you. Call now, 1-800-983-5313, 800-983-5313, wallandassociates.net.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business. So make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-651-4888 now. That's 800-651-4888 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-651-4888 to learn more. 800-651-4888. That's 800-651-4888. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
Welcome to Staples.
Staples guy. I need some more school supplies for my son.
Staples has everything you need for back to school at low prices every day.
Great. He needs lots of mechanical pencils.
Your son a big writer?
No, a big loser.
What?
He loses pencils, backpacks, everything.
There's got to be another word we can use.
Back to school supplies are back for more. Staples has everything you need for back to school at low prices every day. Like 12 packs of mechanical pencils for just 75 cents. Staples, make more happen.
While supplies last. Ends 9/17, limit 30 in store, 10 online.
Dallas, Fort Worth's home for stimulating talk. 660 AM, The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. Let me get to Will. Will, I'm sorry, we had a really bad connection and not enough time, so talk to me about what I had asked before the top of the hour is what's the difference between a Republican and a Democrat? I didn't expect a lot of people to call, but here we are. So what were you going to say?
Can you hear me better now?
I sure can. Thanks.
I'm not doing 70 miles an hour down the highway now. You actually asked two completely separate questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I already answered the real Republican and the real Democrat one. I could go into specifics, but that could take days. The other question you asked was what's the difference between a mainstream Republican and a mainstream Democrat? And the best answer I can come up with is not a doggone thing.
That is the right answer. That is the correct answer. There's nothing. They're all creatures of politics, and they are two sides of the same coin.
Yep.
And I'll be perfectly honest with you. It is frustrating, angering, annoying. And I have, I have tried to speak with Republicans, asking them, okay, if you are not a party based on conservative governmental values, what values are you based on? And there is no answer. So I provided them one. I said, okay, so it's political opportunism and political expedience. No reply. The only thing that I can do is I can tell you that I nailed it right to the very center of the wall. Got it completely and totally correct. That's when I realized I was very close to not having a political party anymore. 866-660-5759. Ann in Garland, welcome to the Wells Report.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
Good. I'm wonderful too, and I'm a Trump supporter.
Yes, ma'am.
And in the beginning, I was doing the lesser of two evils, but that has totally gone away because Trump has shown true color and true love for America. And I was looking up the word Republic and Democrat, and a Democrat is supposed to be an advocate of democracy, which Hillary Clinton is not.
Most certainly. Most certainly.
Republic is a state in which supreme power is held by the people and their representatives, and that hasn't happened. So the only thing that can define a republic today and a Democrat is Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, because we have become a slave to other countries, and that's not a democracy. And it's happened because of her. So
it's not just her. It's not just her, Ann. I mean, it's happened because we, the people of the United States, have allowed this government to steal our republic from us. We've allowed this. It's one of the problems with a republic. You get the government that you pay for. or you get the government you deserve at some point. You know, I've been talking about how we've been electing the wrong people for years. I'm even doing something about it. I do something called the Who's Next Project. The Who's Next Project is where somebody who just getting started in serious politics has a place to go to find out, has a place to go to get a little bit of publicity and to find out what people think about their policy ideas. It's a half an hour of free radio time. Those are hard gifts to give. I mean, especially if you're living in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, you know, and I'm talking to somebody from, I don't know, Granbury. Why do I care? Well, you care because at some point in your life, you may need to vote for this person or not vote for this person, depending on what you remember. And so all I can tell you is that this American process is being badly handled by the current stewards, and that's us. We let people back us down when they shouldn't. They shouldn't be able to do that. Let me give you a great example of what I'm talking about here. Okay? Let me give you an idea of what's actually happening here. Here we go. Referring to someone by the wrong gender pronoun is a violation of federal anti-discrimination law, according to West Virginia University's Title IX office. Title IX, which was signed into law by Richard Nixon in 1972, prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex in any federally funded education program or activity. This was designed to equalize the funding between big-time college sports between the men's and women's programs. Crazily enough, it was a flawed concept, as many liberal concepts are, and make no mistake, Richard Nixon was not a conservative Republican. It was designed to equalize the funding between men's sports in college and women's sports in college. And what has happened with it is that, A, Big Ten college football is just more popular than women's college field hockey, and probably always will be in the United States. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing like a great game of field hockey. But I don't know whether you've noticed, but, you know, women are now not playing field hockey, they're playing ice hockey. And they are really going through a season of ice hockey and getting broken and battered. There's nothing sexier than a female college athlete with a big zipper on the side of her knee after her second or third ACL reconstruction. You know, crazily enough, the ice is still the ice. The blades are still the blades. The sport is still the sport. But the bodies break down a lot easier. And of course, we can't change the rules. We can't say, okay, no body checks. We can't say no body checks, and we can't say, you know, no slap shots in women's hockey. We can't do that. Well, that's simplifying the game. It's making it easier. We can't do that. So we just break women left and right. I think Ronda Rousey's a lot sexier with that big scar on her face, don't you? Anyway, all that being said, so Title IX is supposed to equalize funding, right? You know what it's being used for now? It's being used to beat people over the head, because when you say, "How are you, ma'am?" Well, that person may not be a ma'am. That person may be a cross-dresser. And of course, that can get you fined in some places to the tune of thousands of dollars. New York. So you just don't talk to anybody. You just don't. I'm not going to say anything to anybody. Certainly not going to say, hello, sir, ma'am, like I've been taught in my upbringing in the South. It's just not done. Unless, of course, I have a couple of $1,000s to throw at some liberal progressive politician running a major city somewhere. And what we don't do, we, the people of the United States, we don't stand up and savagely censure West Virginia University. Because there is no bully pulpit that is of the necessary amplitude to be able to make that happen. Believe me, if the Wells Report was national, if I was national and this broadcast was going national, I would have called West Virginia University. I would have talked to the Title IX office. And I would have said, what are you guys smoking in there? What, are you crazy? And I would have gotten into a debate about what Title IX is. Title IX is about funding. It's not about being used as some sort of lever to beat somebody into some gender dysphoria discussion or mitigation or remediation or support for some of the people that are beset by some of the cruelest mental disorders in the human inventory. And that they would do that is like either exploiting the impaired kid or beating up on the impaired kid. I haven't decided which. We let these people back us down on school prayer. We should have never let them back us down on school prayer. We should have told those people to shut up. We should have gone after the judge that said, hey, you know what? You can't have school prayer. Well, fine, sir. You're absolutely right. What we should have done then is we should have gone through whatever was necessary to remove that judge from office. Remove him from the bench. It should have happened immediately. Should have been a very serious campaign issue in the school district where that was happening. That's what congressmen are for. Congressman should have contacted the judge's office and said, we find you unfit for office, and we are going to, I'm going to do my absolute dead level best to get your entire court. It's not disenfranchised. What's the word? How do you can get rid of a federal court and then just appoint a new judge? And that's what needs to happen. That's what has needed to happen whenever any federal judge makes a law from the bench and just says, this is the way it's going to be. That judge needs to be removed from office. Because it's contrary to the ideologies of this nation that trace back to the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of the United States, the Bill of Rights, the Federalist, all of that. And if these judges don't know their way around those documents and don't adhere to those documents, they're in violation of their oath, and they are doing their absolute dead level best to redefine the country one stupid decision at a time. You're listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. But this is what we're dealing with here. There's another example. I've got another example for you in just a couple of moments. 866-660-5759. This is the Wells Report on 660 AM The Answer.
The Mark Davis Show. Mark Davis Show.
On our Wednesday morning show, Trump in Texas. How's the week going? Fundraising in DFW, a rally in Austin. We'll share highlights in a week featuring attention to the Trump immigration plan, his outreach to minority voters, and is it possible growing media attention to Hillary scandals? Dare we dream? Your thoughts welcome and mixed in with mine on our busy Wednesday morning show.
The Mark Davis Show, weekday mornings at 7, right before Mike Gallagher at 10 on 660 AM, The Answer.
You know, I'm not a genius about money. I love my credit cards, and they love me. I was using them as a source of income, and then I got behind in my payments, and creditors were calling. I figured I had a problem, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I heard about Trinity, so I called and talked to a counselor. In half an hour, we worked out a plan. Now I've got one easy monthly payment, a lower interest rate, and I'm getting out of debt.
If you're in an endless cycle of paying on credit card balances that never seem to go away, then get ready for a toll-free number that will put you on a path to financial recovery. Trinity will consolidate your accounts, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands. If your debt has you down, we should talk. Call 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976. Call 1-800-990-6976.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis from my friends at Viascan of Las Colinas. Simple question. What are we trying to do? Well, Mark, what do you mean? I mean, what are we trying to do? Let's make the list. Eat healthy, lose weight. That's all good. But listen, on that list somewhere, keep aware of our own bodies. Try to fend off heart attacks and cancer by being aware of what's going on inside us. Scan technology exists, and Viascan prices give us the motivation to do the job right. At Viascan of Las Colinas, John Duncan and the crew are there for you at a number I'm about to share so that you can see through the heart scan if you have plaques or blockages going on in your heart. See through the body scan what's going on in various other vital organs, maybe any pesky cancers that are festering there that you can detect early, the virtual colonoscopy, and so much more so we can stay healthy, stay on the planet, stay plugged into life. 972-739-2840. Call them. 972-739-2840 or just Google Viascan.
Hey there, this is Eric Metaxas. Lately, I've been telling you about Liberty University's online degree programs. Liberty University is the world's largest Christian university with over 95,000 students studying around the world through Liberty's online programs. While there are a lot of universities who've jumped into online education, few can deliver on the promise of a quality education with such flexibility, and even fewer can actually point to a graduate of their online program like my friend Morgan from Nashville.
I did it. I actually got my degree from Liberty University. 2 degrees, actually. Not only has this process taught me self-discipline, I've also learned that it is never too late to fulfill your dreams. And I did it all online. I did it, and you can too.
Call Liberty University now at 800-424-9595. That's 800-424-9595, 800-424-9595, or visit liberty.edu/online. Flexible, affordable, possible. Liberty University online.
Dude, do you hear that? What is that? That doesn't sound good.
Oh man, this isn't good at all.
Hold on. Let me see what this does. Hey, is it better?
Nope. I'm pretty sure this is the opposite of better. Man, what are we gonna do? This is awful.
Looks like you need the help of American Leak Detection.
American Leak Detection.
Oh, man, it's Will Nell with American Leak Detection.
Save us!
No worries, guys. American Leak Detection has been around for more than 25 years, detecting and repairing hidden leaks in your home. Plus, we do all this without cutting huge holes in your wall.
Thanks, American Leak Detection.
American Leak Detection. Leak detection without destruction.
Just go to alddfw.com next time to get a hold of us. It's much easier.
American Leak Detection.
If you're not getting cash back for shopping, you're missing out. Download Ibotta now. IBOTTA. It's the hottest app to earn cash on everyday purchases on groceries, apparel, electronics, restaurants, and more. Just unlock, shop, and get cash. Download Ibotta today, free from the App Store, and for a limited time, get $10 just for trying it. IBOTTA. For cash back every time you shop, you've gotta Ibotta.
Learn a little something at the start of your day. The Mark Davis Show. Mornings 7 to 10 on 660 AM. The Answer. Now, by popular demand, The Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. What I was trying to tell you was the Constitution grants Congress power to create and abolish federal courts. Going back to school prayer, what should have happened is that in the next federal election cycle, the next 2-year cycle, that should have been an important political issue. Whichever court made that decision to start with, that was against either a vote of the public or what have you, should have been abolished. And that judge simply would be out of a job. And then the Constitution then allows the Congress to create another federal court in its place and appoint another judge. The abuse of the federal judge system as another way for liberal politicians or leftist progressives to enact legislation that would never get through Congress, ever, is an abuse of the American 3-part governmental system. And then we don't do something about it, we, the people of the United States, goes to show that either we don't care enough to be able to fight for these issues because they are important, even though years later they're wrapped around our necks to be able to strangle what liberty we have left. That's either the case, or we just don't care about it enough to fix it. But once again, we are setting ourselves up for a giant mess, just like we've done. Let me give you another one. The national debt this year will jump to the highest level since 1950. The agency, the Congressional Budget Office, nonpartisan, the agency pointed the debt held by the public will rise 3 percentage points to 77% of the U.S. gross domestic product by the end of fiscal year 2016. Debt has not hit that ratio since 1950, when the government was still in the middle of paying down the debt it incurred, paying for World War II. Over the next 10 years, the office sees the debt rising from 77% to 86%. Beyond that, it's supposed to keep rising as interest costs more on the debt amount, along with payments for Social Security, Medicare, and other mandatory programs. You know what needs to happen? We, the people of the United States, need to stand up and demand the demise of those stupid programs. All they do is make everything more expensive. It's all they do. All Social Security does, all Medicare does is make things more expensive. Besides that, it doesn't, try to find somebody that'll take a Medicare case for you. Go ahead. They'll just say, no, sorry, I'm not going to do it. Don't get paid. Oh, I see. 77% of U.S. gross domestic product. 86% of gross domestic product. I don't know what a reasonable national debt is, but I'm thinking somewhere around 10%. So what I'm thinking is that we need to do whatever is necessary. We, the people of the United States, need to do whatever is necessary to make sure that politicians don't overdraw the bank account and start paying down this debt now. And if we don't do that, then we deserve wherever these jackasses take us. This is the Wells Report.
I used to love wearing dresses and shorts. Then I started getting spider veins, and even worse, those embarrassing, bulging, varicose veins. For a while, I covered up my legs, but then I discovered Vein Clinics of America.
Vein Clinics of America is the oldest, largest, most experienced vein treatment center in the U.S., and for 35 years, they've been the leading expert in the treatment of vein disease. Using state-of-the-art laser and minimally invasive treatments, they can begin restoring the natural beauty of your legs in as little as an hour with no downtime. and most treatments are covered by your insurance.
My legs look great and feel great. I even love wearing summer dresses and shorts again.
Make sure your legs look and feel their best for summer. Call now and schedule a free fast-track consultation to find out how you can finally get rid of those embarrassing varicose and spider veins. Space is limited, so call 800-375-4806. That's 800-375-4806. 800-375-4806.
I had the home of my dreams, but one day I noticed cracks in the wall by the front door as well as the kitchen window. A neighbor recommended Abacus Foundation Repair. He said they're the best foundation repair company in Dallas, and they use an advanced system on your foundation called Millennium Composite Pilings that'll last 1,000 years. Well, I went to their website, abacusfoundationrepair.com, and saw that they have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, and the world's leading service company review website recommended them highly. And the best part? They haven't had a complaint in the last 13 years. So I called them, and I'm happy I did. Abacus Foundation Repair guaranteed their work, and they gave me a lifetime transferable warranty.
If you see cracks in the walls of your home or your doors don't shut properly, call Abacus Foundation Repair at 972-406-9000. That's 972-406-9000. Or go to abacusfoundationrepair.com. If you want your foundation fixed right the first time, call Abacus Foundation Repair.
She was thrown out of a pickup truck.
Somebody threw him out of a car and shattered his leg.
They found her walking on the street. Many have been abused, malnourished, eating garbage.
Scabs, itching, licking, missing fur.
There's this commercial on TV that the ASPCA does. They want you to send in $19 a month for a dog in the shelter. I think you should go and adopt a dog from the ASPCA and then get that dog on Dinovite.
DINOVITE.com. You don't need to spend thousands on vet bills.
The answer is nutrition.
The omega-3 fatty acids, flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa, the digestive enzymes that are cooked out of regular dog food.
When you rescue a dog, you've got to feed him right for life. Every rescue deserves at least 90 days of Dinovite.
859-428-1000.
859-428-1000.
Dinovite is nutrition.
Dinovite for life.
DINOVITE.com.
In business, risks and rewards come with every decision, like moving to the cloud with Office 365. While its benefits include anywhere access and lower costs, cyber threats and user errors can quickly wipe out data and the money you save. Barracuda Essentials for Office 365 provide an added layer of security and functionality for threat protection, email migration, data recovery, and quality of service. Move securely to Office 365. Visit barracuda.com/essentials to learn more.
Hi, can I have 2 steak tacos?
Flour or corn?
Oh, no tortillas and no steak. Also add turkey, lettuce, and tomato. And just put it between 2 slices of bread.
You know this is a taco truck, right?
As a small business owner, you've got enough to deal with. Let the experts at Progressive insure your business so you can focus on whatever that was. With over 30 commercial, auto, and business coverage options, we'll build a plan that's right for you.
Oh, I'll have Swiss on that too. Thank you.
Visit progressivecommercial.com to get started. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Do you think identity theft is only when someone adds charges to your credit card? It's actually when someone pretends to be you to open new accounts in your name or any number of bad things. LifeLock can help. We use proprietary technology to alert you to a huge range of identity threats. And if you have a problem, we have a team of US-based specialists who will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses. Membership starts at $9.99 a month, plus applicable taxes. Go to lifelock.com and use promo code NEWS to get 10% off.
Have you ever considered joining the military but stopped because you couldn't deploy to a foreign country? Believe it or not, the state of Texas has its own military force that stands alongside the Texas National Guard, the Texas Air National Guard, and serves only inside the state of Texas. It's called the Texas State Guard. I'm Tech Sergeant John Wells with the 4th Air Wing, and we're looking for you to join us. Give us a call at 877-398-8350. That's 877-398-8350. If you love Texas as much as we do, join the 4th Air Wing of the Texas State Guard.
Listen to us live on iHeartRadio, 660 AM. The Answer. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. I don't know what's going on, but I'm beginning to get a little concerned about the FBI. And this is not something that I take lightly. You know, the FBI is one of the greatest organizations ever, but I'm concerned about what's going on. And I'll explain in just a couple of seconds here. St. Louis, Missouri is now ranked as the most dangerous city in the United States. 88.1 violent crimes per 10,000 residents. Detroit is now third most dangerous after Memphis, Tennessee, which has a rate of 84.2%. Or actually 84.2 violent crimes per 10,000 residents. The FBI has released crime stats in every city and every state with populations of more than 100,000 people. The violent crimes include rape, robbery, aggravated assault, and first-degree murder. Some have questioned whether rising rates of violent crime in Louisiana could be linked to police shootings of Michael Brown in 2014 and the riots and the angry protests it sparked. Don't know. Need more details. But Hannah Perry for the Daily Mail in London. This is an offshore news source. St. Louis tops the FBI's list of most dangerous cities across the United States. More than 88 violent crimes took place for every 10,000 residents in the Missouri city in the first half of 2015, compared to an average rate of 36.6 across the U.S. in 2014. Crimes include robbery, aggravated assault, rape, and murder. The south and west of the country have higher violent crime rates and property crime rates than the north and east. Really? The south and west of the country have higher violent crime rates and property crime rates than in the north and east? Huh. The listing places St. Louis above the notoriously dangerous Detroit, which has topped the list in previous years, thanks to the city's high gun crime rate. But, you know, since the place went bankrupt and the police chief said to all the citizens of Detroit, start carrying weapons, crazily enough, the violence has gone down. Isn't that weird? Memphis, Tennessee has 84.2 violent crimes per 10,000 residents. The FBI compiled data on the most violent cities in each state in the first 6 months of 2015. A city is classified as an urban center with a minimum population of 100,000. The sparsely populated states of Delaware, Maine, Vermont, West Virginia, Wyoming were not included. They don't have cities of significant enough size. The FBI data also failed to include Little Rock, Arkansas, which has just under 200,000 people, and the state of Minnesota, where cities Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Rochester all register above the 100,000 population threshold. Joining St. Louis in the top 10 are Baltimore and Maryland, Stockton, California, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Cleveland, Ohio, and Hartford, Connecticut. Yeah, listen to this. Number 1, St. Louis, Missouri. Number 2, Memphis, Tennessee. Number 3, Detroit, Michigan. Number 4, Birmingham, Alabama. Number 5, Rockford, Illinois. Number 6, Baltimore, Maryland. Number 7, Stockton, California. Number 8, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Number 9, Cleveland, Ohio. Number 10, Hartford, Connecticut, with 55.8 violent crimes per 100,000. This is a head scratcher right here. I really don't get this. Number 11, Atlanta, Georgia. Number 12, Springfield, Massachusetts. Number 13, Anchorage, Alaska. Number 14, Tallahassee, Florida. Number 15, Odessa, Texas. Odessa, Texas? Really? Number 16, Newark, New Jersey. 17, Buffalo, New York. Number 18, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. 49.1 violent crimes per 10,000 residents. Number 19, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Number 20, Wichita, Kansas. Number 21, North Las Vegas, Nevada. Number 22, Jackson, Mississippi. Number 23, Durham, North Carolina. Number 24, New Orleans, Louisiana. Number 25, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Number 26, Pueblo, Colorado. Number 27, Des Moines, Iowa. Number 28, Salt Lake City, Utah. Number 29, Tacoma, Washington. Number 30, North Charleston, South Carolina. Number 31, Tucson, Arizona. Number 32, South Bend, Indiana. 32.2 violent crimes per 10,000 residents. 33, Louisville, Kentucky. 34, Manchester, New Hampshire. 35, Providence, Rhode Island. 26, Norfolk, Virginia. Number 37, Billings, Montana. Number 38, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Number 39, Lincoln, Nebraska. Number 40, Eugene, Oregon. Number 41, Fargo, North Dakota. Number 42, Boise, Idaho. I'm sorry, Boise, Idaho. Number 43, Honolulu, Hawaii. Can you see why I'm somewhat concerned about this report? Have you figured it out? Eight 660-5759. 866-660-5759. Have you figured out what the story is with this? You know, I've been doing the Wells Report based on a lot of different things. And most of those things are exemplified in this one news story, which is why I'm sharing it with you. 866-660-5759. And in Waxahachie, Texas. What's odd about this news story?
Well, the first thing that popped into my mind was, where is Chicago, Illinois?
Where is Chicago, Illinois?
They've had more people killed there than we lost in 9/11, and it's nowhere on the list.
Nowhere on the list. Where's Houston, Texas?
That's another good one.
Where's Dallas?
I don't know. I'm beginning to wonder about the FBI as well.
Where's Los Angeles? Where's San Francisco?
Well, we all know Boise is...
yeah, that hotbed of crime in Boise.
And Odessa? Oh, stay away from there.
Yeah, you got to stay away from Odessa. Yeah. Yeah, I guess maybe it's because a bunch of crazy people from Washington inside the Beltway go down to Odessa and try to play pool. That's the most violent place I've ever been, man. I was standing there just talking about everything that I know, which is, of course, everything, and these dumb rubes tried to beat me to death with cue sticks.
Sorry. Crack me up.
Thank you, Ann. I don't understand. I was just sitting there just telling everybody how stupid they were, and they started hitting me with these sticks. What are they doing? This is completely useless. I guarantee you the violent crime rate in Los Angeles, California is higher than it is in Fargo, North Dakota. Now, here's the problem. The problem is that all these cities, many of whom are missing on this survey, are run by Democrats, which makes this a propaganda piece. and that it's published offshore means that the propaganda piece began here in the United States. Now, I expect the Justice Department, the Department of Justice, the DOJ, to be slightly political. But who's screwing around with the crime statistics? And you know what that does, right? Garbage in, garbage out. If you don't have actual, honest-to-goodness, real statistics, you can't base any decision-making. It's called corruption, which is the number one thing that the FBI was created to stop. Now, I'm reasonably sure that the FBI, somewhere in the FBI, somebody's looking at this dailymail.com article and going, where the hell did they get that? Or maybe somebody should be saying that in FBI headquarters because somebody should have sent that to them and said, what? You see, we already have one incredibly important federal agency that plays politics to the point where people actually lose their flipping lives, and that's the Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta. They were trying to whip people up into a frothy frenzy over bird flu, remember? It could mutate into a horrifyingly terrible disease which will kill people. Ah! And actually, the death toll from flu went down that year and the year after that. And then, of course, you can't forget the comedy about Ebola. You know, they're having a real problem. They were having a real problem a few years ago with Ebola in Western Africa. You know, people were dropping dead all over the place. It was like the Black Death because it's a hemorrhagic fever. The small blood vessels in your body break down. You bleed from everywhere. The blood turns black. It's a really ugly way to go. Ebola is a terrible disease. You have to go all the way into an open sewer that's been an open sewer for 10 or 15 years to be able to find it, which tells you a little something about the way people live in West Africa. And the Centers for Disease Control, talking about how terrible this is. It could turn into a giant worldwide plague. We'll all die. And then the president decided to actually import somebody that had Ebola into the United States. And in the blink of an eye, the story from the Centers of Disease Control in Atlanta went from, oh my God, it's a worldwide pandemic that could kill us all, to, don't worry, everything's just fine. We don't have any problem being able to isolate these cases of Ebola. So don't fret. It was one of the most Orwellianly crazy things I have ever seen. One of the most crazy Orwellian things I'd ever seen. And then, of course, the case comes to Texas. And somebody in the management team of some hospital, which will remain nameless, decided to just do away with those environmental suits that keep people safe from things like Ebola. No, just use some Scotch tape. Use some Scotch tape to cover up that hole in your gown right there at your throat. A couple of people came down with Ebola in the United States. Thanks, Mr. President. Thank you very much. Well done, sir. That was an example of a stupid decision based on manipulated data. We don't need that in this country. We need to stop that in this country. And we, the people of the United States, seem to be the only people that can do it. This is the Wells Report.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Today, let's talk about the $29 service call gimmick. Here in North Texas, an experienced service tech costs at least $35 an hour to employ. So how does a $29 service call work? Well, it doesn't unless they find a bunch of stuff wrong with your system. And trust me, they will. It's just bait to get you to call. We can't come out for $29, and really, neither can they. In this business, you get what you pay for. Reliant Air Conditioning service call is $79, and our guys are all drug tested, background checked, and they don't work on commission. So if you need service or replacement of your AC system, call the largest carrier factory authorized dealer in Texas, Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number is 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437, or visit us online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Message and data rates may apply.
When did American men get so soft? Today's average red-blooded American man has less testosterone than his father, and his father has less testosterone than his father. Before we turn into a country of powder puffs, Force Factor is launching the Man Up America event. We want to send every man in America a complimentary bottle of the breakout supplement taking GNC by storm. Test X180 Ignite, loaded with free testosterone-boosting manliness. Get your complimentary bottle by texting MAN to 313131. Test X180 Ignite raises levels of free testosterone in your body to help build lean muscle during workouts. Plus, it helps incinerate fat, fuel explosive sexual desire, and improve performance. Now you can continue to feel like the real men that made this country great. Do yourself a favor. Do America a favor. Text MAN to 313131 for your complimentary bottle. That's a complimentary bottle by texting MAN to 313131.
You can buy your next gun anywhere, but there's nowhere like the Texas Gun Pros. There are gun shows, big box stores, and even the occasional eccentric dealer. But there is no one like the Texas Gun Pros. Texas Gun Pros are truly your pros for all your gun needs, bringing you big store selection with a local family experience. There truly is no one like Texas Gun Pros. What else makes the Texas Gun Pros stand out from the rest? An online catalog with hundreds of guns, guaranteed to have the one you're looking for. Texas Gun Pros is the only place in North Texas that can give you the gun you want for the price you can afford. Don't miss out on the amazing selection and friendly staff at Texas Gun Pros. Stop by their North Richland Hills location or visit them on the web at texasgunpros.com. That's texasgunpros.com. texasgunpros.com. And see how it feels to be a member of the Texas Gun Pros family.
Sometimes what you want most from your car is nothing. No headaches, no surprises, no anxiety when it's late at night and you're on some distant freeway in a thunderstorm. Owning a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz can be that anxiety-free experience on every level. You know you're in one of the safest and most thoughtfully engineered vehicles on the road. And with an unlimited mileage warranty, you can drive as far as you want for up to 3 years, with roadside assistance included. Your sense of confidence and adventure are as unlimited as the warranty itself. Now you can drive the car of your dreams and realize that nothing is everything. And during the certified pre-owned sales event now through August 31st, you can receive 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and 0.99% APR financing on select models available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services. You've waited long enough.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties. APR offer available only to qualified customers. Call 1-800-FOR-Mercedes for details about costs and terms.
It's National Make a Will Month at LegalZoom.com. So it's time to take care of your will or trust. LegalZoom makes it easy. They're not a law firm, so there's no office visits or paying expensive hourly rates. Instead, you could save over $100 with LegalZoom's will or trust estate plan bundles. And if you don't know whether a will or trust is right for you, don't worry. You'll work with an independent attorney available in 48 states to get advice on what you need. Do the right thing this month at LegalZoom.com. LegalZoom.com.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and bad tweets can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. Reputation.com can protect your good name. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. Call 800-651-4888. 800-651-4888.
This is 660 AM. The Answer. If it's important to you, it's on the Wells Wells Report on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. An editorial in the Washington Post this morning slammed Donald Trump's recent comments on restricting immigration and argued that people in the country illegally are needed for menial labor. The paper said Trump's call for a border wall and a humane solution to the millions of illegal immigrants in the U.S. are politically and economically preposterous. Those include the fact that at least 8 million unauthorized immigrants are employed. Most have been in this country for 15 years or longer, typically do jobs, tending crops, washing dishes, mowing lawns that native-born Americans do not want. What would the Washington Post say if I had written an op-ed piece saying what they just said? Jon-David Wells, the host of the Wells Report and noted anti-Hispanic bigot, today said that Hispanics in this country tend crops, wash dishes, and mow lawns, things that Americans just won't bother to do. But I guess if you're the Washington Post and you're the divine arbiter of all things racist and politically correct, I guess you don't have to worry about anybody taking shots at you. Except, of course, for some smart aleck talk show host from Dallas, Texas, who sits there and goes, hey, you need to tighten it up back there. You guys are blowing it. In a game you created yourself. This is the Wells Report.
Welcome to Texas summer. Standing outside, got some ice in a cup, and the ice melts. Then the cup melts. Get in your car, you need an oven mitt to touch the steering wheel. Welcome to Texas summer. And if your AC breaks, oh my, do you need to call somebody? Hey, call my AC company. It's Mark Davis for Walker AC, walkerac.com or 972-4-WALKER, 972 the number 4, Walker. You got an emergency? Boom, same day. They are there. Need a repair? Boom, they will do it. Charge you a fair price. Need a new system? Oh, they've got those, but they're not going to force one on you. They've got an A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Great customer reviews, 972-4-WALKER or walkerac.com. Visit them on Facebook. They're family owned, 52 years in the biz, 50% off a diagnostic fee. Called 972-4-WALKER, 972 the number 4, Walker or walkerac.com. They are my AC company. When we've got a repair need, we call them. We need a new system, we call them. It's walkerac.com, 972-4-WALKER or walkerac.com.
Want to see what you'd look like if you had a flatter belly? Now's your chance, because for a limited time, we're giving away free trials of Somabiotics, the new discovery that flattens bloated bellies fast. But hurry and call now while we're still giving it away for free. 1-800-900-0624. Strict limit of 1 free trial per household. These free trials are reserved for anyone, male or female, who's looking for maximum belly flattening in minimum time. Somabiotics is scientifically formulated with natural ingredients to flatten bloated bellies fast by cleansing pounds of rotting food and toxic sludge from your body. It even combats periodic heartburn and acid reflux. So just think how much better you'll look and feel. Want to see what you'd look like with a flatter belly? Now's your chance. But hurry, call now for details while we're still giving
212. 1-2-1-2-1-2-1-2. You know I'm a dog guy, and you know I love them. You know I've got a couple of them, and I care about them like they're my little babies, because they're my little babies. But I got to tell you something. I'm not going to put up with the ego that, say, Duke, the Grand Pyrenees, must have. You see, Duke is the mayor of Cormorant, Minnesota. He's been elected 3 times. Somebody finally asked him, somebody finally asked, what was the, someone finally asked him the question, someone finally asked him if he loved his job. The response was, man, it's a real bitch. Because he's a dog, get it? You know I love dogs. I've got a couple of them, and I love them dearly, but I would never put up with the obvious ego problem that Duke, the 9-year-old Greek that Duke, the 9-year-old Great Pyrenees, must have. You see, he's been elected as the mayor of Cormorant, Minnesota for the last 3 years. He's got one of the highest approval ratings in history. Maybe we just have the wrong dogs in this hunt. You know, when it comes to president, maybe we just have the wrong dogs in this hunt. We'll talk about it next time on the Wells Report. What were you going to say?
Nothing. I was going to say, how bad of an incumbent do you have to be to get beat by?
Yeah, no kidding. Mark Davis, good Thursday morning, my friend. Mark Davis, good Wednesday morning, my friend. Thanks very much for letting me come by. I'm trying to figure out whether or not we've got the wrong dogs in this presidential hunt. You see, 9-year-old Duke, who's a Great Pyrenees, won another 1-year term as mayor of the small northwestern Minnesota town of Cormorant. Yeah, he's the mayor of a town. You know what? I bet you they name a dog park after him. We'll discuss Duke next time on the Wells Report.
For townhall.com. Sometimes the story or image goes right through the mind and into the heart. This was the case last week with a photo of a little boy in Syria. He was covered in blood and debris, sitting in an ambulance, and he became the focus of worldwide conversation. Nicholas Kristof, writing in the New York Times, noted that if Syrian kids were pups, we'd all care. He explains that he recently announced on social media that his family had to say goodbye to their golden retriever and received a torrent of touching condolences. Conversely, he wrote a column calling for international efforts to end Syria's suffering in civil war, a war that has claimed some 470,000 lives so far. The response? He said it was a torrent of comments, many laced with a harsh indifference. Why should we help them? Kristof is arguing that there's a moral mandate to do something. Why? Every human life, he writes, is worth every bit as much as a golden retriever's. We have to go further. Every single life is infinitely more valuable than the life of every single animal. I'm Albert Mobley.
Hi, I'm Carl Deichler, the CEO of Beachbody, and I'm here to tell you about an amazing new way you can start losing weight for free right now. You've probably seen our workout DVDs on TV like P90X, Insanity, and 21 Day Fix. We just launched a beta trial of our new digital video platform, Beachbody On Demand. So while we're testing out this new digital video service, I'm inviting you to use it for free for 30 days. That means you can lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, even 30 pounds without paying a dime. Text the word trial to 303030, and you can do 30 days of P90X, Insanity, or any of over 400 workouts for free. And here's the catch. In return, all I ask is you let us know what you think of the service so we can make Beachbody On Demand the best fitness and weight loss site ever created. Just text trial to 303030 and get started for free right now. Again, text trial to 303030.
Message and data rates may apply. Membership fees apply after 30-day free trial. Cancel anytime.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis from my friends at ViaScan of Las Colinas. Simple question. What are we trying to do? Well, Mark, what do you mean? I mean, what are we trying to do? Let's make the list. Eat healthy, lose weight. That's all good. But listen, on that list somewhere, keep aware of our own bodies. Try to fend off heart attacks and cancer by being aware of what's going on inside us. Scan technology exists, and ViaScan prices give us the motivation to do the job right. At ViaScan of Las Colinas, John Duncan and the crew are there for you at a number I'm about to share so that you can see through the heart scan if you have plaques or blockages going on in your heart. See through the body scan what's going on in various other vital organs, maybe any pesky cancers that are festering there that you can detect early, the virtual colonoscopy, and so much more so we can stay healthy, stay on the planet, stay plugged into life. 972-739-2840. Call them. 972-739-2840, or just Google ViaScan.
Are you ready for the vacation of a lifetime? Then get on board for the Storyteller Cruise with 660 AM, The Answer. Join us October 23rd through the 30th with Matthew West. Along with pastor and Bible teacher Greg Laurie.
The highest calling of God is what God has called you to be. There is no higher thing. We're all called to do something.
Selah.
Mr. Talkbox, and more. You and your family will travel aboard Holland America's New Amsterdam as we travel to Grand Turks, San Juan, St. Martin, and more. Best of all, enjoy music and inspiration from Matthew West and Pastor Greg Laurie. Space is very limited. Get details now at 660amtheanswer.com. We'll see you on the Storyteller Cruise from 660 AM, The Answer.
Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services. Have you received a letter or personal visit from the IRS? Has the IRS garnished your paycheck or seized your bank account? If so, you need to take action now. You're a target of the most powerful collection agency in the world, and you need representation you can trust. Don't get scammed by imitators and telemarketers' high-pressure tactics. At Wall & Associates, they develop trust with their clients through a free face-to-face consultation. They've saved their clients over $129 million in the past 5 years. Call 1-800-983-5313 now for your free face-to-face consultation. Ignoring your tax problem will only make it worse. Call 1-800-983-5313 to get immediate help. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has helped thousands of taxpayers, and they can help you. Call now, 1-800-983-5313, 800-983-5313, wallandassociates.net.
660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. We live in a time of managed government. It appears as though we are watching as the political and power elites go about their business in very odd and strange ways. They do this because they can, because the mainstream media is on their side, because they don't have to worry about anybody catching them doing anything wrong. Which is why some of the best journalistic sources on the United States of America are offshore. You know that I'm very careful about the editorial policy of this broadcast. And the reason I am is because it's just a really difficult job. If you knew the ins and outs of trying to craft a news broadcast, then you'd realize that it's not just as simple as grabbing the top 10 listed articles of the day. Because these things go together. There's a story that's being told. Journalism is not just something to keep you busy in the first part of your day as you drink a coffee and eat maybe a little croissant. These are the first drafts of history. And because they're the first drafts of history, some things have been put together in different ways, shapes, and forms.
This is a breaking news update, live on 660 AM. The Answer.
A pre-dawn earthquake has struck in Italy. It measured 6.1. There are reports of damaged buildings and blackouts near the epicenter, residents fleeing their homes and running into the streets. The mayor of Amatrice says residents are buried under debris. The town isn't here anymore. The quake struck at 3:30 a.m. and shook a broad section of central Italy, including the capital, Rome, where people in homes felt a long swaying followed by aftershocks. The U.S. Geological Survey put the magnitude at 6.2. You may be wondering why an earthquake with such a low magnitude would do so much damage. Well, it has to do with what the city or what the town is sitting on. In a place like Italy, there's lots and lots of bedrock. When that stuff breaks, it's violent. So it doesn't surprise me that Amatrice says that residents are buried under debris and that the town isn't there anymore. We've got a special report coming up on this in about 9 minutes and 15 seconds. We will bring that to you in just a few more minutes and let you know exactly what's going on. Once again, a pre-dawn earthquake has struck fear in Italy. It measured 6.1, reports of damaged buildings, blackouts near the epicenter of central Italy. The mayor of Amatrice says residents are buried under debris. The town isn't here anymore. More details are coming up in moments. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer.
Only for Texas. This is the Wells Report on 660 AM The Answer.
Go. You are listening to 660 AM The Answer. Jon-David Wells here, and we are talking about we were talking a little bit about the reality of trying to do a news broadcast. And when something from the past comes up, you got to be very, very careful, especially when it concerns somebody running for president. But the reason that we're going to give you this story is because of the way it's come down in the current context of the people involved. FBI files linking Hillary Clinton to the suicide of White House counsel Vince Foster have vanished from the National Archives. This being reported by the London Daily Mail. Ron Kessler is writing this. He's a former Washington Post, Wall Street Journal investigative reporter. He's the New York Times best-selling author of The First Family Detail, Secret Service Agents Reveal the Hidden Lives of Presidents and the Secrets of the FBI. In case you have forgotten, Foster is believed to have shot himself with a .38 caliber revolver at Fort Marcy Park along the Potomac River, July 20th, 1993. Two former FBI agents involved in the investigation tell the Daily Mail Online they issued reports linking a tirade by Hillary Clinton to Foster's suicide. Days before his death, then First Lady ridiculed him mercilessly in front of his peers, say former FBI agents, and detailed it in their report. Hillary told Foster, "You have failed us," according to former FBI agent Jim Clemente. Archive material related to the case, housed at the National Archives in College Park, Maryland, were examined by the author to no avail. After filing a Freedom of Information request, it was determined the agent's reports have gone missing. FBI agent reports of interviews documenting that Hillary Clinton's stinging humiliation of her friend and mentor Vince Foster in front of the White House aides triggered his suicide a week later are missing from where they should be filed at the National Archives, according to the Daily Mail. On two separate occasions, the author of this article visited the National Archives and Records Service in College Park, Maryland, to review the reports generated by FBI agents assigned to investigate the 1993 death of Bill Clinton's deputy White House counsel. On the first visit, archivist David Painter provided the box of records that he said contained the FBI reports of interviews conducted by FBI agents on Foster's death. On a second visit, archivist James Mathis provided what he said were those same documents. While the box contained dozens of FBI reports concerning Foster's death, including interviews with the medical examiner, U.S. Park Police officers, and White House aides about the content of Foster's office, the reports on Hillary Clinton's role in the death were absent. After filing a Freedom of Information request with the National Archives, Martha Murphy, the archive's public liaison, reported that she directed a senior archivist to conduct a more thorough review of the relevant FBI files, including those that had not been previously made public, in response to FOIA requests. He examined all 8 boxes, found no interviews by any investigator that detail either a meeting between Hillary Clinton and Vince Foster or the effects of a meeting between Hillary and Vince Foster on Vince Foster's state of mind. We did not limit ourselves to interviews by the 2 individuals, FBI agents you mentioned. While Murphy said the archives searched for the records that would be responsive to your request and concluded they could not be found, when asked for comment, John Valsenu, the archives director of communications and marketing, said, "We do not agree with your conclusion. The records you requested are missing from the National Archives simply because we were unable to locate any responsive records in response to your request." How handy. While confirming the records could not be located, Valsianu said, held out the possibility that the FBI interviews were not filed where they should have been and that they were someplace else in more than 3,000 boxes of records amounting to 7.5 million pages generated by the Starr investigation. And we're talking about Kenneth W. Starr's probe of the Clinton investments in Whitewater, etc. This is not the first time documents related to the Clintons have apparently vanished from the National Archives. In March of 2009, the archives found that external hard drives from Bill Clinton's White House containing confidential documents was missing. When it could not be located, the Inspector General's office announced that it had opened up a criminal investigation, offering a reward for up to $50,000 for information leading to the recovery of the hard drive. The archives asked that tips be reported to the Secret Service. At the time, the archives said it had a backup drive. The FBI investigation into Foster's death was conducted for independent counsel Kenneth Starr's probe of the Clinton investments in the Whitewater real estate development. For unknown reasons, Starr elected to conceal the FBI's findings in his final report. But interviews in the book by Ronald Kessler for the book First Family Detail, Secret Service agents reveal the hidden lives of the presidents. The FBI agents revealed the truth about Foster's death when he shot himself at Fort Marcy Park along the Potomac. In interviewing the Clinton White House aides and Foster's friends and family, the FBI found that a week before Foster's death, Hillary held a meeting at the White House with Foster and other top aides to discuss her proposed health care legislation. Hillary angrily disagreed with a legal objection Foster raised at the meeting and ridiculed him in front of he and his peers. This according to former FBI agent Coy Copeland and former FBI supervisory agent Jim Clementi. Copeland was Starr's senior investigator and read the reports of other agents working for Starr. During the White House meeting, Hillary continued to humiliate Foster mercilessly, according to both former FBI agents who spoke about the investigation for the first time. Hillary put him down really, really bad in a pretty good-sized meeting, Copeland says. She told him he didn't get the picture, that he would always be a little hick town lawyer who was obviously not ready for the big time. Indeed, Hillary went so far as to blame Foster for all the Clintons' problems and accused him of failing them, according to Clementi, who was also assigned by the FBI to the Starr investigation and who probed the circumstances surrounding Foster's suicide. Foster was profoundly depressed, but Hillary lambasting him was the final straw because she publicly embarrassed him in front of the others, says Clementi. Hillary blamed him for failed nominations, claimed he had not vetted them properly, and in front of his White House colleagues said, "You're not protecting us, you've failed us." Clementi says that was the final blow. After the White House meeting, Foster's behavior changed dramatically, the FBI agents found. Those who knew him said his voice sounded strained. He became withdrawn and preoccupied. His sense of humor vanished. At times, Foster teared up. He talked of feeling trapped. On Tuesday, July 13th, 1993, while having dinner with his wife, Lisa, Foster broke down and began to cry. He said he was considering resigning. That weekend, Foster and his wife drove to the eastern shore of Maryland where they saw their friends Michael Cordoza and Webster Hubble and their wives. They played tennis, they swam. He sat down in a lawn chair, just sat there in a lawn chair, Copeland says. They said it was just not Vince. He loved to play tennis. He was always sociable, but he just sat over in the corner by himself, stared off into space. There's more. It's next. This is the Wells Report.
Hugh Hewitt thinks it's time to see Hillary's emails.
It's obvious to me that if you're running for president and the emails that you said were private and destroyed turned out to be public and weren't destroyed, the public has a right to see those immediately. She wants to be president. I think she's a crook. I think she's a criminal who escaped indictment because of good lawyers and a bad FBI director. I'd like to see them as soon as possible.
The Hugh Hewitt Show, weekday mornings at 5, right before Mark Davis at 7 on 660 AM. The Answer.
Ever wonder what it takes to be a pro athlete? I'm Billy Joe Dupree, former Dallas Cowboy, and I had the privilege of being one for 11 years. Every pro athlete works to be the best they can be. And those of us retired still strive to be the best. It's in our DNA. If you're over 30, your energy level is low, you're having trouble recovering from workouts, or lost interest in sex, Life Restore MD can help. Life Restore MD offers testosterone and growth hormone therapy, ED solutions, medical weight loss programs, and nutrition plans. They are covered by most insurance companies while offering personal concierge medicine. Whether you've tried other clinics or have just put off seeing a physician, give Life Restore MD a call. One doctor's appointment could change the quality of your life. Be your best. Give them a call.
Call Life Restore MD at 800-565-9339. That's 800-565-9339 or liferestoremd.com. Hey, it's Mark Davis for my friends at Patriot Mobile. It's certainly a year of decision. Maybe this is a day of decision for you. The day you decide to stop doing business with cell companies that do business with Hillary Clinton. Big mobile companies I could name funnel your money to her for president. If you'd like to stop that, switch to Patriot Mobile, 1-800-A-PATRIOT, or patriotmobile.com for more info. Same quality of service, better prices, support better causes at Patriot Mobile. Join the revolution. Here's the special, free Samsung Galaxy S7. It's new, it's great. Samsung Galaxy S7 free, unlimited talk, text, and data for just $70. Mention or enter promo code MARK at checkout, and they'll waive activation fees for up to 2 lines. Call 1-800-A-PATRIOT. Also, we'll throw in a free signed copy by me of Lone Star America, How Texas Can Save Our Country. Just a little thanks from me for doing business with my friends at Patriot Mobile. 1-800-A-PATRIOT or patriotmobile.com. Same quality of service, better prices, support better causes. Join the revolution, patriotmobile.com.
Hey there, this is Eric Metaxas. Lately, I've been telling you about Liberty University's online degree programs. Liberty University is the world's largest Christian university with over 95,000 students studying around the world through Liberty's online programs. While there are a lot of universities who've jumped into online education, few can deliver on the promise of a quality education with such flexibility, and even fewer can actually point to a graduate of their online program like my friend Morgan from Nashville.
I did it. I actually got my degree from Liberty University. 2 degrees, actually. Not only has this process taught me self-discipline, I've also learned that it is never too late to fulfill your dreams. And I did it all online. I did it, and you can too.
Call Liberty University now at 800-424-9595. That's 800-424-9595, 800-424-9595, or visit liberty.edu/online. Flexible, affordable, possible. Liberty University.
That's when I went to break when they were still doing.
Are you a
their
responsible person
there
that
was
finds
no one
yourself
in
going
there.
deeper and deeper in credit card debt and you're not sure how to fix the problem? Then get ready for a toll-free number that will put you on a path to financial recovery. Trinity Debt Management is a nonprofit organization that will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, and reduce your interest rates by as much as 60%. You'll save thousands and become debt-free for keeps. It's not a loan. It's a smart way to relieve your stress, meet your obligations, and preserve your self-respect. If your debt has you down, we should talk. Gather up your bills and call this toll-free number for a free, no-obligation debt analysis. 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976. If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976.
Welcome to Staples. How can I help you?
Staples guy, I need some more school supplies for my son.
Well, Staples has everything you need for back to school at low prices every day.
Great. He needs lots of mechanical pencils.
I see. Your son a big writer?
No, a big loser.
What?
He loses pencils, backpacks, everything.
There's gotta be another word we can use.
Whether you need back-to-school supplies or you're coming back for more, Staples has all your back-to-school essentials in stock and at low prices every day. Staples, make more happen.
660 AM, The Answer. The Wells Report, a daily good old-fashioned North Texas barbecue of anybody trying to take advantage of us on 660 AM, The Answer.
Oh!
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. I am trying to reference a little bit of information here regarding a pretty darn serious earthquake in Italy. Buildings have collapsed after a 6.2 magnitude quake in central Italy. Let's see. The main town is Amatrice. It is northeast of Rome, and probably maybe 100 miles or so south of San Marino. The earthquake hit about 10 kilometers southeast of Norcia at 3:36 a.m., according to the United States Geological Survey. Michael Gilroy, who was in the second story of a 3-story building in Montepulciano, said he felt the tremors. It felt like the bed was on rollers. It was initially very confusing. I'm from California, had a sense of what it may be, and we ran out to the main area, and the chandelier was swaying back and forth. At that point, we knew we had to get out of the building as fast as we could. Gilroy, his girlfriend, and other guests of the hotel were standing outside in a clear area. We're going to wait outside, wait for daylight, and see what happens from there. About an hour after the earthquake, a 5.5 magnitude aftershock hit 4 kilometers northeast of Norcia. Although the extent of the damage and injury was not immediately clear, the earthquake could be devastating. Several buildings collapsed in the mountain town of Amatrice, according to a CNN affiliate. By the way, CNN is also reporting now that 2 people were killed in that 6.2 magnitude quake. This was an earthquake that was considered very shallow, said Jessica Turner of the USGS. The shallowness of the magnitude of 6.2, we're going to expect lots of aftershocks for the next several hours and maybe the next several days. Landslides are likely. Earthquake struck in a mountainous area. The USGS estimated that significant casualties are likely, that economic loss could be extensive. Overall, the population in this region resides in structures that are a mix of vulnerable and earthquake-resistant construction. This, according to the USGS initial estimate. It cited the building types tend to be unreinforced brick with mud and concrete frame with infill construction. Based on the estimates we have, we could be looking at very significant losses. This, according to Rafael Abreu, he is a USGS geophysicist, telling CNN. We can see several casualties related to this event. Buildings were damaged in Ascoli Piceno. That's a town northeast of Norcia. This is according to the Italian news agency ANSA. Many calls to firefighters have been made following the earthquake. Deadly earthquakes have struck Italy in recent years. In May of 2012, a pair of earthquakes in northern Italy killed dozens of people. In April 2009, an earthquake with a magnitude of 6.3 hit central Italy, killing 295. The earthquake this morning hit an area close to the 2009 earthquake. We're keeping our eye on it. We'll let you know what's going on. As soon as we know something more, we will share it with you on 660 AM The Answer. You're listening to the Wells Report. I thank you for doing so. Telephone number 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. Continue with his story. Very curious story out of Washington regarding the suicide of White House counsel Vince Foster. Ron Kessler, a former Washington Post and Wall Street Journal investigative reporter, was going back over the Vince Foster suicide, and there appear to be a couple of FBI reports that are missing. The good news is that since it's the FBI, hopefully there will be copies of these reports. But they involve Hillary Clinton, and they're missing. Does that seem strange to you? This is the Wells Report.
Dennis Prager appreciates Trump's candor.
Look how much African American communities have suffered under Democratic control. You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. 58% of your youth is unemployed. What the hell do you have to lose?
Even I'm cheering. It is refreshing. Come on, folks. It's refreshing.
The Dennis Prager Show, weekdays at noon, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on 660 AM. The Answer.
Think you're fat? You might just be bloated. Find out by calling now for a free trial of New Biotics, the new breakthrough that flattens bloated bellies fast. For a free trial, call 1-800-400-0530. Strict limit of 1 per household.
I used to be plagued by pot belly and constant bloating. After taking New Biotics, my belly flattened and continues to get flatter. My sense of bloating and discomfort is gone.
If you've got a big belly, you might not be fat. You might just be bloated. New Biotics is scientifically formulated with natural ingredients to flatten bloated bellies fast by cleansing pounds of rotting food and toxic sludge from your body. It even combats periodic heartburn and acid reflux. If your belly flattening results are too dramatic, simply reduce use to every other day. Think you might be bloated? See how much flatter New Biotics makes your belly. But hurry, call now for details while we're still giving it away for free. 1-800-400-0530. That's 1-800-400-0530. 1-800-400-0530.
Is your marriage feeling a little ho-hum? Well, give it some juice at the Ultimate Date Night, Friday, August 26th at Northwood Church in Keller. This is the perfect way to spend some real time connecting with your husband or your wife and share some serious belly laughs together.
Hi, we're Jay and Laura LaFoon, and we are bringing the Ultimate Date Night to your community.
Ultimate Date Night is an evening of fun, music, comedy for couples. And you know what? I'm just going to tell you, you're going to sit next to your spouse and you're going to laugh a lot.
And the Ultimate Date Night is the perfect place to come to connect. We have people tell us we haven't laughed like this in years.
We are looking forward to bringing the Ultimate Date Night to you.
The Ultimate Date Night is going to be so much fun. Friday, August 26th at Northwood Church. The LaFoons are real people with lives and a real marriage, and they bring a whole new level of hilarity to this thing we call wedding bliss. You'll love the Ultimate Date Night. Tickets are only $30 per couple with early registration. So get yours now at itickets.com. That's itickets.com. And as always, details at ksky.com.
We are visiting our friend Chef Tom Fleming at Crossroads Diner. What do you have cooking today, Tom?
Have you had a chicken piccata? Come on, say it with me, piccata. Haven't heard of it? Sorry for you, bro. We pan-sear our own chicken and lemon and capers in a sauce so good, you want to swim in it. We call it the backstroke sauce. But the real stars of the dish are the herb-roasted Yukon potatoes. Trust me, you won't know what you want more of, the chicken or the tater.
Fresh ingredients sure to please any sophisticated palate and taste at affordable diner prices in a casual environment. Crossroads Diner. Come eat with them at their new location, now at the corner of Preston and Campbell in the Kroger Shopping Center. Open for breakfast and lunch, Tuesday through Sunday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or visit them on the web at crossroads-diner.com. Home-style goodness meets traditional diner. Great recipes, fresh ingredients, comfortable environment, and genuine hospitality are the heart and soul of Crossroads Diner. They'll be waiting for you.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and negative articles can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? ReputationDefender.com can help protect your good name. Get a free consultation now. Call 800-651-4888. That's 800-651-4888. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from ReputationDefender.com right now. Call 800-651-4888. 800-651-4888. That's 800-651-4888. Or visit ReputationDefender.com today.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis from my friends at Zero Res. A busy summer means a cleaner house is necessary. So let's get going at 214-37-CLEAN. 214-37-CLEAN for the $33 per room Mark Davis Show carpet cleaning special. Call him. pre-treated, clean, sanitized, $33 a room. Also, drapes, upholstery, hardwood floors, 214-37-CLEAN. For a zero-res clean, you also get a $50 gift certificate to Estilo Gaucho Brazilian Steakhouse. So call them, 214-37-CLEAN, 214-37-CLEAN for zero-res.
660 AM The Answer. 660amtheanswer.com. Only for Texas. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM The Answer.
Yeehaw! You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. So Vince Foster was a former White House counsel that shot himself across from Washington, D.C., near the Potomac. On the day he died, he left the White House parking lot at 1:10. The precise time he shot himself could not be pinpointed. Park police found his body. They notified the Secret Service at 8:30 p.m. Based on what dozens of others who had contact with Foster after the meeting told the agents, while Foster was already depressed, the put down that Hillary Clinton gave him in that big meeting at the White House pushed him over the edge. No one could explain a suicide in rational terms, but the FBI investigation concluded that it was Hillary's vilification of Foster in front of other White House aides, coming on top of depression that triggered his suicide a week later. This according to two FBI investigators, both special agents. Starr issued a 38,000-word report along with a separate psychologist's report on the factors that contributed to Foster's suicide. Starr never mentioned the meeting with Hillary, leaving out the fact that his own investigation found that Hillary's rage had led to her friend's suicide. Why Starr chose not to reveal that critical meeting and his own investigators' findings remains a mystery. Asked why he excluded what led to Foster's suicide from his report, Starr did not respond. Likewise, no response from a spokesman for Hillary Clinton. Starr's report recounted how the FBI ran down even the most bizarre theories about Foster's death and conducted extensive ballistic tests that refuted assertions that Foster had not committed suicide. Starr retained Dr. Brian D. Blackburn, a forensic pathologist who is the medical examiner for San Diego County, California, to review the case. Blackburn concluded that Vincent Foster committed suicide July 20th, 1993 at Fort Marcy Park by placing a .38 caliber revolver in his mouth and pulling the trigger. The death was at his own hand. Starr also retained Dr. Henry C. Lee, an expert in physical evidence and crime scene reconstruction, who was then director of the Connecticut State Police Forensic Science Laboratory. Lee reported that after a careful review of the crime scene photographs, reports, and re-examination of the physical evidence, the data indicate that the death of Mr. Vincent Foster is consistent with a suicide. The location where Mr. Foster's body was found is consistent with the primary scene. But in his report, Starr never referred to the meeting where Hillary humiliated Foster in front of his aides, nor the change in his disposition after that. Starr never told Copeland or Clementi why he decided to exclude the material from his report, and former FBI agents can only speculate on his reasoning. Copeland said that Starr was very honorable. He said if it did not pertain to our authorized investigation, he didn't want to pursue it. I think he felt that Hillary's personality and her dealings with subordinates at the White House were immaterial to the investigation. Starr did not want to offend the conscience of the public by going after the First Lady. He said the First Lady is an institution. He acted with most of the time as a judge instead of as an investigating prosecutor. And then he hired attorneys who went to the other extreme. So there you go. So suddenly, the cleansing of the story is being pursued right under most of our noses. Interesting. J.R. Palazzo and Chris Graham have reported in the Telegraph on the Italy earthquake. A magnitude 6.2 earthquake struck central Italy this morning, leaving buildings in ruins and areas without power near the epicenter of Rieti. At least 2 people were killed in the quake. That's been bumped up to 6 now, which sent residents fleeing in their homes and running into the streets. The shallow quake, estimated to have struck after 3:30 p.m. at a depth of only 6 miles, was felt across a broad section of central Italy, including the capital, Rome, where people in homes in the historic center felt a long swaying, followed by aftershocks. The European Mediterranean Seismological Center put the magnitude at 6.1. The U.S. Geological Survey put the magnitude at 6.2, with the epicenter in Norcia, about 105 miles northwest of Rome. The mayor of Amatrice, near Rieti, Sergio Perozzi, told the state-run RAI Radio 1 that there were downed buildings in the city center. The lights had gone out. He said he was unable to get in touch with emergency responders or reach the hospital. What can I tell you? It's a tragedy. Aftershocks are still being felt across the entire central Italy section, all the way to Naples and Foggia, where people reportedly are in the streets, in Florence. USGS's pager system, which predicts the impact of earthquakes, issued a red alert, suggesting significant casualties and damage based on previous quake data. So far, no casualties have been reported, which is incorrect. Once again, we now have a report of 6 dead. A resident of the Rieti region, which is between Rome and the epicenter of the quake, told Rain News 24 that she and most of her neighbors had come out into the streets after feeling very strong shaking. In 2009, a 6.3 magnitude earthquake in the Aquila region, which also was felt in the Italian capital, left more than 300 dead. Italy is often shaken by earthquakes. Another quake hit northern Emilia-Romagna region in May of 2012, when 2 violent shocks 10 days apart left 23 dead and 14,000 others homeless. The mayor of the central Italian town of Accumoli said that a number of buildings have been badly damaged. 4 people are under the rubble, but they are not showing any sign of life. 2 parents and 2 children. RAI quoted local police as saying 2 people were known to have died in the nearby village of Pescara del Taranto. Antonella Marietti, a RAI journalist, reports that Umbria was also rocked by 2 tremors. No injuries or casualties so far. The mayor spoke of damages to buildings and one of the roads blocked by rocks. 5:08. The Dawn revealed the devastation. Francesco Anselmo, a pharmacist from Gracciano, that's 5 kilometers from Accumoli, told Radio 1, "Now that the sun has risen, I can see a lot of rubble, houses ripped up. So rescue services not here yet. We don't know what to do. Maybe an older lady has a broken leg, but I haven't heard of people trapped yet. We've been outside since 3:30 around a fire. All the houses are down. There are 150 people here, but with people from Rome, there may be 300, all the houses, except maybe the new ones have either collapsed or are split up." Stefano Petrucci, the mayor of Accumoli, told Radio 1 the situation is very, very bad. The firefighters are not here yet. The parson is trapped on his 2nd floor of a building. You can't get him down. A family with 2 small children is also trapped under the rubble. Jacob Goldstein writes this in Twitter: "Crazy images of earthquake-stricken Italy, lots of debris as buildings are destroyed. It's a disaster. We cannot coordinate relief efforts. I know of confirmed casualties in Ilica," the mayor said, added at this time of year, there are 400 people in the town. Abruzzo President Luciano D'Alfonso said there had been damage reported in the region. He said 250 houses had been given to victims of the 2009 L'Aquila victims have now been offered as refugees or a refuge to victims of Wednesday's quake. The Prime Minister's office in Rome says civil protection agencies in touch with all the affected areas like Amatrice. Special vehicles are headed that way now. Deaths are confirmed of 2 people, an elderly couple. They died as a result of the quake. And once again, we have heard that there are now 6 casualties. 6 people are dead in this quake.
Jon-David.
Yes, ma'am.
The State Department is asking any Americans that are in Italy in that area to contact their family and friends or to check in on social media. And you should also know that it's about 6:45 there, so the sun is just now coming up, and they'll get a pretty good look at the damage now.
Yeah, indeed. And we've just seen a small amount of video from one of the news channels. We have not heard of anything else. We have just scant okay, just scant stories here that we have available to us, and we are waiting for more information as it becomes available.
Jon-David, I will tell you, you mentioned in one of your live feeds there that a road was covered with rubble and they couldn't get through.
Yes,
that is the main road. And what did you say, Amatrice?
Amatrice is the place that, according to the mayor, has simply vanished.
Yeah, that's the downtown main road right there.
Wow. All right, so we are watching this very, very carefully. So far, we have not seen Fox News break their programming yet. Let me see what CNN is doing. Yeah, I think it is. Hang on just a couple of seconds here. Let me find out. I hit the back button, which did not work. Let's see what CNN. Nope, they haven't broken their programming either. So we haven't gotten anything on this. We were expecting a live report from SRN, but apparently there were breaking news situations then. We might have another one in just a few minutes here. We'll check on that and let you know. 866-660-5759 is our telephone number if you're just joining us. A 6.2 magnitude earthquake struck in the middle of the night in central Italy. It is a place that has been hit before. In 2009, an earthquake of 6.3 hit virtually the same area. It has happened again. There have been several aftershocks. USGS authorities expect that there will be several more throughout the coming hours and days as we watch this. And once again, we are waiting for any kind of information that we can find on this. So far, CNN, Fox News Channel, no one is covering the story at this particular moment, but hopefully we'll be able to get a hold of some of this in just a little bit.
Jon-David, you should also know that Facebook is issuing a Facebook safety check. If you are okay in that area, go to your Facebook and log on, just like the State Department is asking, the U.S. State Department is asking Americans to do as well.
That's a very, very good thing. And of course, we'll have everything that we possibly can. We'll put everything that we can do on the Wells Report page of 660 AM The Answer. I'm going through all of the other news channels, CNBC, MSNBC. Nobody's doing anything with these. Nobody is covering the story yet, but it is a very serious earthquake with loss of life that will likely be worse as time goes by. You can see this. There's an amazing picture of buildings in Amatrice just sundered by this earthquake. It must have been pretty serious. You know, if you get that swaying thing, you know, it's like there was an earthquake in Southern California. The epicenter was somewhere near 29 Palms in the central desert of Southern California. And I was living in Las Vegas at the time, and the house felt like it was bumping up and down and moving, you know, anywhere close to 5 to 6 feet, you know, just sliding back and forth, kind of bumping, right? The toilets were sloshing and so on and so forth. You know, it's really strange to see your light fixture swinging in your room. We had ceiling fans that were swaying. And of course, with that particular thing, I was wondering if it was LA, because if that had been the LA earthquake that we had been waiting for, Susan said, "Do you think it's LA?" And I said, "If it is, it's gone," because, you know, we were in Nevada. So as it turns out, it was a few hundred miles, just a couple of hundred miles east of LA, and probably you know, about 100 miles north of Palm Springs, if that locates it right there in the crook, the foot of California. So serious loss of life in a small town in Italy tonight. A 6.2 earthquake, relatively shallow, only about 6 miles deep, according to the experts at the USGS. That means that it was a very violent surface that moved. And you can see that with the shattered and sundered buildings in Amatrice. You can see people that are comforting each other in a picture that we have available here on the side of the road. And apparently that road that goes right through the center of town is completely blocked, which is hampering rescue efforts at this moment. So once again, we will keep looking to see if there's more information, and as soon as it becomes available, we'll bring it to you. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer. Back with more in just a moment.
Sean Hannity addresses the Republican establishment.
But when Hillary appoints liberal activist justices, remember, you help create that. When no wall goes up and somebody crosses the border and commits an act of terror, will you help build that? If America is not energy independent in the next 8 years, you can pat yourselves on the back for that. If there are restrictions on our Second Amendment rights, I'd say you played a part in that.
The Sean Hannity Show, afternoons at 2, right before Michael Medved at 5 on 660 AM. The Answer.
Hey, does the idea of having your home sold on time without hassle and for top dollar, does that seem unrealistic to you? Well, it doesn't have to. Hey, Dallas, it's your friend Sean Hannity with your solution and the one real estate agent to sell your home guaranteed. That's Josh DeShong of Josh DeShong Real Estate at Keller Williams. On average, Josh sells a home every 32 hours and averages hundreds of local, national, and international buyers every single week. Now, that means your home sells on time at a price that you agreed to, guaranteed, or Josh will buy it. He spends 200 times more money on marketing than the average agent. Real estate mogul and Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran only recommends Josh in DFW. And if I lived in Dallas and needed my home sold, guess what? I'd call Josh DeShong, and you should too. Call Josh now at 972-325-6644 or go online at getsold.net. That's 972-325-6644 or getsold.net.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. Let me paint a little picture for you. It's the end of the day, kids in bed, all is done, dark and quiet. Your day is done. Grab a snack, a beverage, hop in the sack. Let's read a book. You settle in, grab the book, the iPad. You reach for your reading glasses. Uh-oh, they're not there. Gone. Not in the purse, not on the table, not on the desk, living room. Nope. You've lost your reading glasses again. No reading tonight. Ever happen to you? Let's talk about reading vision. If you're over 40, probably noticed the near vision has changed. Now you're wearing readers. It's a pain. The good news, Climate Evangelist Eye Center can help. The corneal inlay procedure, proven to restore reading vision while maintaining distance vision in thousands of patients worldwide. So stop wrestling with the readers. Call Climate Evangelist at 1-800-714-2020. 1-800-714-2020. Find out more about the corneal inlay. 1-800-714-2020 or learn more at myinlay, myinlay, myinlay.com.
Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services. Have you received a letter or personal visit from the IRS? Has the IRS garnished your paycheck or seized your bank account? If so, you need to take action now. You're a target of the most powerful collection agency in the world, and you need representation you can trust. Don't get scammed by imitators and telemarketers' high-pressure tactics. At Wall & Associates, they develop trust with their clients through a free face-to-face consultation. They've saved their clients over $129 million in the past 5 years. Call 1-800-983-5313 now for your free face-to-face consultation. Ignoring your tax problem will only make it worse. Call 1-800-983-5313 to get immediate help. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has helped thousands of taxpayers, and they can help you. Call now, 1-800-983-5313, 800-983-5313, wallandassociates.net.
In this box, we have a lidocaine pain patch. And in this box, we have what looks to be another pain patch, Blue Emu's Lidocare. Lidocare offers 4% lidocaine. It's odor-free, ultra-flexible, and it's the only non-water-based lidocaine patch. Yes, I said only. So if you'd prefer this to this, Find us at Walgreens, CVS, or Amazon.
If you're not getting cash back for shopping, you're missing out. Download Ibotta now. IBOTTA. It's the hottest app to earn cash on everyday purchases on groceries, apparel, electronics, restaurants, and more. Just unlock, shop, and get cash. Download Ibotta today, free from the App Store, and for a limited time, get $10 just for trying it. IBOTTA. For cash back every time you shop, you've gotta Ibotta.
Hi, I'm Larry Patterson, owner of Glass Doctor. In our disposable society, we're conditioned to throw out the whole thing when just one part goes bad. Like when the insulated glass windows in your home get condensation between the panes. You don't need to replace the whole window. The specialists at Glass Doctor can install new insulated glass in your existing frames with a lifetime warranty for a lot less than you might think. To see how quick and easy it is, visit glassdoctor.com today. That's glassdoctor.com.
Call the Glass Doctor, we'll fix your paint. Oh, yeah.
660 AM, The Answer. You're hearing tomorrow's front page on the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. We are waiting for more coverage coming from the various powers that be. We are trying to figure out whether or not anybody's going to be covering this into the midnight hours on 660 AM, The Answer. We are hoping indeed that most people have been spared either serious injury or death in the town of Amatrice, Italy tonight, lying in ruin after a 6.2 magnitude earthquake. 6 people have been reported as dead. An entire family feared dead under the rubble of their house. According to the USGS, the housing in the buildings there are either earthquake resistant or not. And if they are not earthquake resistant, they could very scarcely be built in a worse fashion. Essentially, brick with no internal structure to hold it in place in case the ground begins to shake. The pictures that we've seen are stark. The damage is comprehensive. And we'll bring you more details tomorrow morning bright and early as Mark Davis will hit the air at 7 o'clock. The executive producer of the Wells Report is Vicki Steifer. Technical director, conductor of the Wells Report Orchestra is Magic Matt Swinney. My name is Jon-David Wells. God bless you and yours. We'll see you again tomorrow. God bless Amatrice and Central Italy tonight. This has been the Wells Report.
What's the scariest thing about going to the dentist? Opening your mouth or opening your wallet? Because just a simple cleaning can cost $100, and things like root canals can cost you hundreds more. If you don't have dental insurance to help, you should give Physicians Mutual Insurance Company a call. 1-800-400-0067. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps pay for checkups right away. So you can call today and get your teeth cleaned tomorrow. Plus, it helps cover the more expensive procedures you might need down the road. Fillings, crowns, bridges, even costly dentures. There's no deductible and no annual maximum. Your acceptance is guaranteed for one of these insurance policies, even if you're retired or on Medicare. There are no networks, so you can choose any dentist you'd like. That's right, any dentist you want. Call in the next 10 minutes and we'll rush you a free information kit with all the details. 1-800-400-0067. That's 1-800-400-0067. 1-800-400-0067.
Are you suffering with hearing loss? Are you sick of people constantly complaining that your TV is too loud? Are you tired of asking people to speak up? Would you like to hear more clearly, but you don't want to wear a hearing aid that makes you look old? Then you need to try Listen Clear, a life-changing breakthrough precisely designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. And you can adjust Listen Clear to find the perfect way to hear everything, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. And right now you can try Listen Clear absolutely free with free shipping. We'll even give you free batteries for life. So call now, 1-800-900-6181. Listen Clear is lightweight and completely hassle-free, and it's practically invisible. Call for your 100% free home trial with free shipping and free batteries for life. For free information, call now, 1-800-900-6181. That's 1-800-900-6181. 1-800-900-6181.
My name is Quentin Aaron. I played Michael Orr in the movie Blindside, and I play a coach in the movie Greater, about gridiron legend Brandon Burlsworth. Bleacher Report recently named Brandon the greatest walk-on in the history of college football. Brandon was an example for us all, a legend on and off the field. One woman said at a screening, quote, "I'm going to drag every young man I can find to go see this film. So grab everybody you know and go see Greater."
Greater, rated PG, parental guidance suggested. In theaters this Friday. 660 AM The Answer. KSKY Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. The official radio station of Decision 2016. The most important election of our lifetime.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. An earthquake hitting central Italy, causing widespread damage and killing at least 4.
There was a magnitude 6.2 earthquake about 10 kilometers southeast of the city of Norcia, Italy.
Jessica Turner with the USGS, the mayor of Amatrice, Italy, saying there are people trapped under the rubble of buildings, adding half his town is gone. North Korea firing another missile, this time from a submarine.
North Korea launched the missile off its coast and it flew about 300 miles, South Korea said. U.S. Strategic Command tracked the missile, saying it landed off Japan's coast. Apparently North Korea's most successful submarine-launched missile test yet.
Fox's Alistair Wanklin. Tropical storm Gaston is strengthening as it moves over the far eastern Atlantic. The storm's maximum sustained winds have increased to 65 miles per hour, but the National Hurricane Center says Gaston is expected to become a hurricane by Wednesday. Fox News, we report, you decide.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. We all know life can get crazy, and you're not always near a radio. But one thing is for sure, your phone goes everywhere with you. And now we can too. Download the 660 AM The Answer app to your phone and listen live wherever you go. If you miss any of the Mark Davis Show or the Wells Report, you can catch up whenever, wherever. Plus, dial the 660 AM The Answer studio directly from the app. And it's free. We make it easy to stay connected. Download our app now. 660 AM, The Answer.
Hey, does the idea of having your home sold on time without hassle and for top dollar, does that seem unrealistic to you? Hey, Dallas, it's your friend Sean Hannity, one real estate agent to sell your home guaranteed. That's Josh DeShong of Josh DeShong Real Estate at Keller Williams. Josh averages hundreds of local, national, and international buyers every single week. Now, that means your home sells on time at a price that you agreed to, guaranteed, or Josh will buy it. Josh's clients voted, and both D Magazine and Texas Monthly ranked him as the best real estate agent in Dallas. Real estate mogul and Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran only recommends Josh in DFW. And if I lived in Dallas and needed my home sold, guess what? I'd call Josh DeShong, and you should too. Call Josh now at 972-325-6644. Or go online at getsold.net. That's 972-325-6644 or getsold.net and start packing.
I had the home of my dreams, but one day I noticed cracks in the wall by the front door as well as the kitchen window. A neighbor recommended Abacus Foundation Repair. He said they're the best foundation repair company in Dallas, and they use an advanced system on your foundation called Millennium Composite Pilings that'll last 1,000 years. Well, I went to their website, abacusfoundationrepair.com, and saw that they have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, and the world's leading service company review website recommended them highly. And the best part? They haven't had a complaint in the last 13 years. So I called them, and I'm happy I did. Abacus Foundation Repair guaranteed their work, and they gave me a lifetime transferable warranty.
If you see cracks in the walls of your home or your doors don't shut properly, call Abacus Foundation Repair at 972-406-9000. That's 972-406-9000. Or go to abacusfoundationrepair.com. If you want your foundation fixed right the first time, call Abacus Foundation Repair.
When you live with back pain, every day has certain challenges, like picking up my kids or trying to get groceries out of the car. I had tried medication. Even a surgery didn't help. That's when I heard about Dr. Chad. I am pain-free. Seriously, no more back pain, no more medications. Thank you, Dr. Chad.
Do you have low back or neck pain? Does it run down your arms or your legs? Do you have a bulging or herniated disc degeneration, or spinal arthritis? Even worse, have you been told you need back surgery or injections? If you answered yes, then please listen to what I have to say. My name is Dr. Chad Glines, DC, at Genesis Back and Neck, and I use the most advanced spinal decompression system available, the DRX 9000, to correct back problems just like yours. If you're a candidate for decompression, you can try out the treatment all at no charge to you. So if you're ready to not hurt anymore and don't want to have surgery, call me at 817-328-1922. That's 817-328-1922 or online at mylowback.com.
Dude, do you hear that? What is that? That doesn't sound good.
Oh man, this isn't good at all.
Hold on. Let me see what this does. Hey, is it better?
Nope. I'm pretty sure this is the opposite of better. Wait a minute, what are we gonna do? This is awful.
Looks like you need the help of American Leak Detection.
American Leak Detection.
Oh, man, it's Will Nell with American Leak Detection.
Save us!
No worries, guys. American Leak Detection has been around for more than 25 years detecting and repairing hidden leaks in your home. Plus, we do all this without cutting huge holes in your wall.
Thanks, American Leak Detection.
American Leak Detection. Leak detection without destruction.
Just go to alddfw.com next time to get a hold of us. It's much easier.
American Leak Detection.
Have you ever considered joining the military but stopped because you couldn't deploy to a foreign country? Believe it or not, the state of Texas has its own military force that stands alongside the Texas National Guard, the Texas Air National Guard, and serves only inside the state of Texas. It's called the Texas State Guard. I'm Tech Sergeant John Wells of the 4th Air Wing, and we're looking for you to join us. Give us a call at 877-398-8350. That's 877-398-8350. If you love Texas as much as we do, join the 4th Air Wing of the Texas State Guard.
Hey, 3 hours a day is all I ask. Join me, Sean Hannity, from 2 to 5 each weekday, right here on 660 AM, The Answer.
And Mr. President, your recovery of the economy, the automobile industry, and healthcare will not be your legacy. It will be what you're doing to the very people who put you in office.
I understand.
The following has been rated PC for politically correct. Pay attention, you just may learn something.
It's the Sage, Larry Elder.
Larry Elder here, the sage from South Central, the Prince of Pico Union, the Czar of Common Sense, the great Eldersky, Don Lorenzo. Welcome to the program. No pictocrats allowed because we've got a country to save. So let's get her teed up!
You want to play rock? Say hello to my little friend. What the hell's going on out here? Ooh, that's a bingo.
Yes, it is. And good day to everybody on the Larry Elder Show audience chain. It is Tuesday, August 23rd, 2016. During Larry's absence this week, Jason Riley yesterday, Jason Riley Friday. So I probably don't want to make a meat and a sandwich analogy. I'm just uncomfortable with that. So, but it's a thickly stacked sandwich. It's an Oreo cookie, which I really don't want to go. It's perfect. It actually is an Oreo cookie. It's Jason on Monday and Friday, and it's a double stuffed Oreo because I'm here for 3 days. I just probably shouldn't. I just instantly regret everything that I've just covered. But I tell you what, I'm going to make up for it in the next 2 hours and 56 minutes. Hi, Mark Davis, joining you from Texas. I'm putting all analogies aside and going straight into the headlines and straight to the phone number so that we can talk about some stuff because, boy, there's a lot going on. Let me give you a little bit of the plan. We were together on, Friday of last week, and I sort of did the introduction, reintroduction. I fill in just all over the Salem universe, filled in for Rush for a few years when I was on a station here in Dallas-Fort Worth that carried him. Then I moved into the greatness of the Salem cornucopia just 4 years ago, hosting mornings on Dallas-Fort Worth's 660 AM. The Answer, that's my actual gig. And as an adjunct to that, I'm just all over the place. I filled in for Michael Medved when he was battling cancer, which he did successfully. I'm so glad about that. I'm on for Prager all the time. I'm on for Hewitt every once in a while. And so very, very glad to be here for my friend Larry Elder. So that's it. I'm a Texas guy, and I was a Cruz guy. Now I'm a Trump guy because the country must be saved from Hillary. Everything else we'll learn about each other moving forward. Let me not beat you down with all kinds of details about me. You hang out of the show, you're going to find out enough. All you want to know about me, maybe even more. There are a couple of things I'll share. You can follow me on Twitter, @Mark Davis. That'll give you a lens into my world. I'll be posting stuff during the show. If you want to shoot me some